technically you're 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh.
We're streaming.
Okay, we are
Alright.
live.
Howdy, every
Welcome
kitty.
to Dinosaur Planet.
Planet.
Meowdy every kitty. I know when I'm not welcome.
Okay, bye, Mary.
It can't be every bunny every time.
Listen, you can be cabbits. Like,
We
You
can't.
can be a
Fucking
cabbit.
won't.
cabbits. Yeah.
You could be if you wanted. As just as well as I could. Anyway. Yeah. We're back with Star Fox Adventures after, you know, the holiday celebrating colonial settler colonialism. Hooray! I mean, I did have good food, and I had like fun with some family, but like, God, I hate that it's a holiday for that. Like, yeah.
I'm not thankful for anything, and I have to play this.
Yeah, we do.
James is not thankful for anything, and she has to play Star Fox Adventures as her punishment for her hubris.
Oh no.
Hubris.
This is actually like a Kimbo Dynamite Club lore that you don't get unless you're in the Discord, which you should all join.
Oh, absolutely.
Which one?
YouTube still doesn't have the slide. There we are. I got to mute this.
Okay, how do we sound though?
Give me a second. I'm juggling several things at once.
Yeah,
let me
yeah,
mute
definitely
myself.
getting audio in there because it's heard my own voice. I'm muting. Right.
Keep seeing this image.
So for the last couple of hours, I've actually, well, not last couple of hours, but like on and off, whilst I'm doing other stuff, I've been watching the like Roblox oof sound video by H-Bomber guy, where he's talking about the guy who claims to have done all the to have worked on like a bunch of games. I believe one of the games that he talks about was Star Fox Adventures, and it's like, you were the sound effects guy for Star Fox Adventures. No, you weren't. No one did the sound effects for this.
I'm also
They're all
They
just
did the
pulled
sound
off
effects.
like a stock like
Also,
CD.
H-Bomb said Star Fox Adventures was good. No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean, if
people
anything,
replaying it like
Ridley-
removes all the nostalgia you may have had.
Yeah.
It's worth sometimes going back and going, was this game actually good, or do I just remember it being good?
I mean, it's also worth checking out some games that people say are bad to see, like, oh, is it really like unsalvageable? Is there really nothing of value there? And for Star Fox Adventures, it's I mean, it could have been something, but some weird decisions were made. You know, they didn't have the time to polish it. They were, they got bought off.
Yeah.
The company got, oh, excuse me, I had to go check the door. But yeah, it was a mess of a thing, and now we're here. Oof.
Also, Scott the Waz says it was good. So I guess people are just remembering this game wrong. Hell, I even remembered it as mid, and that was wrong. think we like threw a coin into the thing and got a useless reward. It was like sepia tone or something.
Yeah. Alright.
You get spirits 5 and 6 pretty close to each other, so.
Yeah, they just give you the last one. They're like, we didn't even bother designing a dungeon for this one.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's like, yeah, fair enough.
We'll get to that when we get to that. I have so many of these items, and I'm not gonna use them.
Just
Like the
use
fireflies.
them for completely petty, stupid reasons just so you burn through them all. If there are any.
The fireflies I can't use because they're meant for like dark environments.
Ah,
There really has not been that many.
there we are.
Wait, where's the place for the ice snow? Where did we?
Check it here. I'll check the detail readout. Keep going.
Yeah, thanks, Peppy. Oh, you know what? It is up there. It's up this ladder.
Oh, you know what? Like, since you mentioned, like, oh, X person, you know, mentioned Y game is good. I remember some years ago I was watching one of the Sterling's videos, or not, like, oh, and then, like, there was a link to, like, their website. I'm like, oh, cool, check it out. I was just, like, randomly looking at reviews, and there's one for Her Story, and it, like, gave it a really great review, even though it's like, oh, I don't like understand some of it, but I guess that's just gamer brain or whatever. And like, I don't know how many years ago that was, but I was like, oh, and I just kind of got idly stopped watching their videos because like Her Story sucks. I still remember watching a stream from Voidburger playing it. And I was like, wow, this kind of sucks. It's like, because like, you know, there could have been something interesting there, but it's just a weird like mesh of like ideas. Like, oh, you know, you're watching old videos from like a police interrogation or whatever, but it's all 6-second clips, and I'm like, okay. And I know some people complain about the fact that it's all captioned, but and like, oh, it's supposed to be in the 90s or whatever. But I'm like, whatever. That's accessibility options. I do not care. That's good actually, but it's like, oh, you can't search up like the videos in chronological order for some whatever reason. You have to search for whatever word has been like stated, like said in a video, and that's how you find more videos, by finding more things, like more terms to like look up. And I'm like, that's real weird. Like, if it was some other setup, like I could like hand wave or whatever, like, all right. But it's the fact that it's like, oh, these are police, you know, interrogation video recordings. Like, why on earth would they organize them like this? And then some of the ideas in there are just bonkers. Like, there's a whole lot of waxing philosophical about, like, you know, the original Grimm fairy tales being dark, and like, and all that. And like some stuff about twins, and it's like, oh, it felt really heavy-handed, and it's like, no, if this was just a short film or something that covered these events, like, I think that would be like, that'd actually make it better. Like someone like finding these tapes and like discovering the truth about like someone in the, you know, someone important in their life. Like, yeah, sure, that could work as a film and it'd be better, but as a game, it's just, kind of weird. Like, oh, I guess I gotta search in the video for like twins. Oh, and there's parts in like some of the videos where she taps out like Morse code or whatever. Or I don't think it's exactly Morse code, but like tomato tomato. She's tapping out code, but it's like it makes no sense because it's only for the viewer's sake that she's typing out this code. But it's like these are supposed to be police interrogations. Wouldn't they be like, ma'am, can you please like? Unless like the UK like police system's different, I feel like they'd probably ask her like, "Ma'am, can you please stop tapping?" Like I know you mentioned some like code, U.S. prisoners of war would use during the Vietnam like war, but like, why are you tapping, ma'am? Like there's no. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. You never get to hear any questions. You only get to hear what her replies are, which is again also weird for the whole setup of these are supposed to be police interrogation videos, and it's such a bizarre experience because it's like if this was something else, then I'd be able to like kind of roll my eyes like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever, I'll buy into it because for any piece of fiction there's stuff that you just have to buy into or else it won't work, right? But like here it's just the whole setup is weird, and the fact that the gameplay is just listen for keywords to search for. God. Oh, the fact that everyone loved it is like, oh, this is so great. I mean, I
You're
may
going
not
for an
fully get
article
it.
that isn't procedurally generated as the gameplay.
Yeah, it really is. It's just
Huh. Seems like enemy attacks can destroy those mushrooms. That's really the only
Sure,
time that
okay.
happens.
yep. I love the Jaguar sounds or whatever when the dinos get taken out. But yeah. God. Gamers.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
That
Now,
that
what are
only
the
spawned
blue
those
orbs
two
for?
fuel cells.
Huh. Oh, they're fuel cells?
Yeah, and also I have more than enough for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Like, I don't really ever notice those going down, or like barely at all. So,
You can
like,
just buy them. Like, you're supposed to find them in the world, but, like, you can just buy them?
then, huh?
Just buy them.
You can you can buy fuel cells at at the local um merchants. I was gonna say a bazaar, but I'm like, well, it's not really a bazaar. It's just the one guy shop. It's like it can be a
One-eye
bazaar.
shop. You pay this much.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is where I'm supposed to go. Oh, someone was shooting at me. Oh, well. Oh, this is like supposed to be an ice wall. Looks more spiderweb-ish, but okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
The only thing really to spend money on was the maps.
There's not even a point in. There's not even a point in spending all of your money on extra one-ups or anything. 'Cause it's like
There's so many
Yeah.
of them.
there's just like there's more. There's more than you really need, and there's far more than you're capable of holding. So you can't even go, okay, like I'll just get 99 one-ups. It's like, no, you can have one.
You can buy the
Yeah.
expansions, but like
Yeah. But why would you?
there's not
I
really much
doubt they'd
point.
even. Yeah, I mean, I and I guess my question is how much extensions to the 1-up limit can you even get? I doubt it'd be that big anyway. You know what? I've been thinking about this once I had to get up of just like, you know what? I wonder if a lot of the weirder like design decisions were like just things they salvage from the original dinosaur planet, but that were supposed to be more involved, but they just didn't have the time. So it's like, oh, this feels like it should be more involved, but it just isn't. Like the haggling, it's like you could haggle, but most of the things you're buying are the maps, which are 5 scarabs, and it's like, what's the point? Like for you know to save 2 scarabs because you can only go as low as 3. He won't sell it to you like below 3, so it's like only saving 2.
Mhm.
That's
It's
barely
like-
anything.
Why would you bother doing that? Save 2 money. It's like, Link, you can cut down bushes to get the 2 rupees, and they're infinitely regenerating bushes right outside my shop. But you can haggle me down in this mini game, and it's like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I'll do that instead in my favorite game, Legend of Zelda. And it's like, you don't see that in other games for a reason.
Yeah, like in an RPG, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Like, especially if it's something like if you're buying something like 50 money or hundreds of money, like being able to haggle with the NPC about it makes a lot more sense. But if it's only like when it's like Legend of Zelda style, cut down bushes for money, and or flip over a rock for money.
Yeah.
Like, if
It's
it was
like,
harder to get
There's,
money,
there's
then
more
sure.
steps to it in this one. You need to climb up not really a ladder, but like a wall every time you go in and out. It's like, oh, I need to get 2 more, or I can do this haggling mini game. It's like, no, I'm
Sure.
kicking you out the shop, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Plenty of rocks to pull up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm guessing that most of the stuff here is what they salvaged from Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah.
What a sad day. My golden root has been stolen.
Oh, well, it's the thing I bought. With money.
I don't believe it. This item was stolen from me many years ago. I believe it was around the same time that a strange floating dinosaur visited the wastes. In return, I will give you the chance to prove yourself.
Whoa!
The call of the Snowhorn will begin your challenge.
Okay.
Okay. I guess.
Yeah. Just checking the stats. More like Legend of Fox Ocarina of Space, am I right? It says Psyched 180.
Hey, psyched.
Oh, hey, Psyched. Yeah, Legend of Fox, Ocarina. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Listen,
I mean-
this is not Legend of Zelda. I was going like, okay, consider if it was Legend of Zelda. Listen,
Oh no, not Legend,
Legend
of
of
Crystal.
Crystal. It's Legend of Crystal because it's not like you play as Zelda in most of those games. Ew.
Yeah.
I know what you're referencing, it's bad.
Yeah. I don't know if he is referencing something, but okay. Crystal can't enjoy her sandwich.
Crystal
Maybe they're
really
not,
can't,
but-
unfortunately.
I know that name. So yeah, I killed a bunch of enemies earlier to make this easier.
Ah. What? Did it
I
start
could
you?
still move in the cutscene.
Oh. Oh, your counter keeps going. Okay, but you get more time. All right, fair. I was about to like, hey, that sucked. All right, but sure, let's go.
There it is. I should play Donkey Kong 64 sometime.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong 64 is like that's gonna be one that is mid, like as you said
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah, you did reference a weird porn thing.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Oh
Psych.
no.
Unfortunately, there is a weird porn thing, or was a weird porn
No,
thing called
listen.
Crystal.
It's
Yeah.
Crystal, like, forget it. We understand you cannot say anything about her without accidentally doing that. And it's like,
Apparently
this is a
she's-
character who you control for some 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
There's two Zelda
Okay.
games you have a worse time with. What are they?
Your next
Oh.
words in this chat are Link to the Past. I am reaching through the screen to throttle you.
Link to the Past was better than this game.
Link to the
Oh,
Past is good.
Yeah. What? Oh, the game's doing something weird, but is it the CDI games? Like that'd be an
The
easy thing to
CDI
dunk on.
games, yeah. If you've played those, we get it.
Yeah. Absolutely. God.
It's weird how
Sorry,
the
reminds.
it's weird how the fuel cells are kind of the only real collectible.
Yeah, and you can buy them.
All they do is block progress. That's it.
Wow. So it's just padding, like straight up.
Okay, well that's that then.
Yeah. Seriously, like, all jokes aside, please do tell us about Zelda games you think were worse than this game. Phantom Hourglass. I liked
I
some parts of
haven't-
Phantom Hourglass, but I get you.
I haven't really played that, but I have played Skyward Sword and I like it.
So, Phantom Hourglass is a gimmick that I love, and that some people go, oh, that just sounds like a horrible, tedious mess, which is, there's a dungeon you keep coming back to throughout the game, like, and you have to redo floors in different ways, like get through them, and it keeps track of, like, your best times for those floors. And there's ways to reduce your time, to stop the clock briefly, and like doing stuff like that. And it's possible to get a 0-second time on each floor,
God.
like to effectively have taken no in-game time at all.
Edgy flame
And
thing.
it keeps, yeah, it keeps track of all your records for the floors. It's like, wow, that's a cool thing. It like tells you what your time was for the entire, like, effective time was for this entire dungeon. And it's a decent enough dungeon. The rest of the game I can take or leave.
I don't
Spirit
remember.
Tracks, yeah. Honestly, I
don't
just like
remember-
Spirit Tracks for having to train the thing. That's cute.
Yeah, I never got to play Spirit Tracks. I did play Phantom Hourglass. I remember liking it for the most part. Like, I think there's some things that. No, I just kind of remember liking it overall. But at the same time, I can't understand being frustrated with, like, you know, the dungeon and, like, the titular Phantom Hourglass that you have to, like, worry about. So, like, no, that's fair. And I kind of remember some things being weird. But I did like customizing my boat, but because you're not, in the same boat as, for obvious reasons, you're not in the same boat as you were in Wind Waker. So, like, you just, yeah, you're traveling with a ship captain, and you can like find new parts for it. And like I haven't played in years, but I remember like, oh, that's fun. Trying to get new parts and all that.
Yeah.
And I did like being able to navigate the bomb shoes with the touchscreen,
Ah,
because that
bomb
just feels like the
shoes.
best way
That's
to
nice.
like use bomb shoes.
Also,
Because-
yeah, hello, Ferraro.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Edgy Flamboyant, Ocarina of Time. No,
Yeah.
trying to play. I was playing that game on the GameCube version. I remember it took some effort to like get a hold of the controls and its own specific type of jank that came from just being a N64 title. Like nothing more than that. Like not. I don't personally hold it against it too much. It's just yeah. It's like look, there are some things that the
Ocarina of
technology
Time
has,
is a little janky, given it's a fairly early 3D game, but it holds up fairly well. Like it's like I wouldn't ever say, oh, it's the best game ever, no question. But it's a solidly like very much above average game even now, even with the janky controls.
Huh.
uh,
I did.
Supposed to cross the
Oh, go ahead.
fallen, past the fallen trees, but, like,
Yeah.
unless they meant down there. Not sure if that's the right way, but balls. Anyway.
yeah.
Oh, I
And,
can't get
oh,
back up on there.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Also, Other Arrow, thank you for validating me of the vote customization owned. Love that. Love being able to add new cannons and different parts to it.
Yeah, the
But,
GameCube ports aren't the best.
I believe both of them got 3DS versions that were a bit better. Like,
Yeah. I know they
Is that
did change some
3DS?
things for the sake of probably quality of life updates, but
yeah,
I mean, overall
I
it was like
literally
I had a
just
good time.
changing the boots to be equipped.
Up and
You can equip the boots of the C buttons, or at least the equivalent of those, instead of having to go into the menu every time to toggle them on and off, and that cuts down on like half the playtime with the water temple.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, it's like the Temple of the Ocean King would be good, or at least okay if the dungeon, or okay dungeon if not for the fact that you need to go through 5 times per minute to complete the game. Is that the Phantom Ark?
I have no
Ocean
idea. I
Would that
That's
be?
like the central
Phantom Ark?
dungeon, basically.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
no. I mean,
Go
I
ahead.
do. I vaguely remember that, like, you can get, you mentioned you can get through it faster, but it's like the more like things you gear you unlock, I think there's more paths that you can take. Like, as you go through the dungeon, that's how things will get like even quicker, which was neat and fair, or I thought it was neat at least. Other, Psyched 180, GameCube, Majora's Mask was super buggy as I recall. I remember it crashing constantly. I thankfully did not have that problem, but God, but I love Majora's Mask. And
Well,
Other Arrow, the 3DS versions.
There's the waterfall.
There is a waterfall. I
So-
do not think. Go
I
ahead.
just like the trope of, oh, there's a big central dungeon that you return to multiple times throughout the game. Like, even if it's not the focus of the game, it can be this interesting setup thing. Mystic Quest, the beginner's Final Fantasy game for the Super Nintendo, has a similar gimmick, and it's got this big tower in the middle of the world map, and you go through it to get between all of the regions, and you go through different floors of it to get between the regions. So you're exploring this big, huge dungeon like throughout the whole game in between doing other things, and it gives it this like
God.
really neat sense tying it all together. Like there's probably like a trope name for that or something, but it's like not necessarily, oh, this is the final dungeon and the final boss is at the like top or bottom of it or whatever. Like, yeah, the focus tower. But just to have like this recurring thing, okay, now you're going back through this dungeon in a different way. Like, some people are down on Mystic Quest, and there are some weird design decisions in it, but I think it still holds up as a, like, it achieved what it set out to do, which was to be a competently made, like, entry-level RPG.
It has really good dungeons for the time too.
Yeah,
Like
decent dungeon design, like, excellent music.
better than the mainline games.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of weirdness in that one of the 4 pickup items you can, like, there are more or less only 4, like, usable inventory items in the game. You can easily fill out your stocks of them. They're either cheap or in constantly respawning chests, sorry, except one of them is functionally worthless, and you will just end the game with 99 of them.
It's slipping. Seems like you need some
The
help.
status effects and stat
That help.
increases and penalties don't really work properly.
General Pepper here. I'll display your current mission status.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always a shame when, like, stuff like that in games.
Like-
Things that could be interesting just not panning out.
Yeah. Basically, almost every chest in the game, like they're split into 2 categories. One of them is equipment chests, which just have once only they have a new piece of equipment, and then they're nothing else forever. And there's item chests, which are okay. This one has like some potions or some of the like mana restoring item, or the revives, or the like stat restoring item you will never use. And like they just respawn. You can leave the room, come back in, and they've got another one. Like you can, in theory, just get 99 out of them out of the same chest if you just leave and re-enter, or you can just buy them to be more convenient. But it's like,
I think it's Cure you cast on the final boss, and that
Oh,
defeats
yeah.
one of his forms.
so the cure spell isn't bugged at all. It's working perfectly. It's adding health to a target character. It just so happens that the Dark King has literally the HP cap in the game, because if it goes even one higher than that, it underflows and he has 0 health.
Saga 1
Which
has
is-
a final boss
Yeah.
who is God, who is accessible to the instant death item.
Yeah. So the way that works is the Dark King has multiple phases, and that effectively lets you skip to the last one, I believe, just because that has its own health bar. Basically, it's just, oh, he's died somehow from being cured. Yeah, let's just bring up the final boss now. Yeah.
Oh,
Mystic Quest on the whole does actually have to like revive kills zombie kind of thing. Like you can hurt undead enemies with like with cure or revive. You usually shouldn't bother, but like you can. You can also inflict like status effects on them by casting healing, like status healing spells on them. Except since there's only one generic heal status recovery spell, like presumably it can inflict all of them. I don't actually know how that works. It has a unique animation for it too.
I see what
Huh.
you have to do here.
Mhm.
It's something of a puzzle.
Yeah.
You actually have
Yeah.
to like pay attention a little bit.
Nice.
I believe Saga 1 was also bugged in a way. It wasn't an intentional thing. The bugged item in question was the chainsaw, which is when you use it on an enemy, it compares your health to theirs,
I think
like,
it's
and it's meant to be if they got less health than you, just kill them instantly. It's a chainsaw; it just tears them apart. It's a funny joke item. It's not really that useful, at least at first glance, and then you realize they've coded it wrong, and it compares them the wrong way around. So it can only kill enemies with more health than you, which is every boss in the
think
game
it's-
that isn't explicitly immune to instant death.
I think
Huh.
it's actually defense, not health.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
something like that. It's
Yeah.
it's basically that they've coded a comparison just with the wrong, like it's comparing the wrong side of it. Like
Yeah.
it's a less than instead of a greater than symbol, and because of that, you can just instant kill the final boss.
One person
Yeah,
I saw who played, like, ended up getting their defense actually higher than the final boss, so Saw didn't actually work.
oh no.
Huh. That's funny. No, and other arrows. Says the Dark King only has one phase. However, every enemy in the game has sprites that changes as they get closer to death. For the Dark King, his damage sprites were used to invoke changing forms.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another neat thing about Mystic Quest is every boss has at least two forms. It's like their standard one, and then they've taken a certain amount of damage ones. Like in some cases, like say the ice golem starts melting, and then like when it's near death, it's like a pool of water, just a fist coming out of it, and it's like it has a lot
We
of
have to
cool
do this
visuals. Test the strength.
Oh god.
You spin me right round, baby.
Yeah, it's another. I asked my sibling to help with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now to be possessed by a wizard ghost.
And get high as balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fox opens his eyes and he's absolutely wasted. Dude, are we talking animals?
Fox picks up, okay, I forgot the name of the little dinosaur,
Tricky.
but it's just
Tricky
like,
the Triceratops. He's a
Tricky,
prince.
I keep forgetting his name is Tricky, because it feels like,
It's tricky
for, like-
to rock to rock to.
And good luck on
It's
your quest.
tricky. It's tricky.
yeah,
It's that Run DMC
Uh,
tricky.
but, yeah, no, it was like, is Tricky, for like a prince for a dinosaur prince, I thought, my mind keeps telling me, oh, his name can't be Tricky, so it just forgets it, like, almost immediately. But
Oh,
yeah, it
really?
just picks up Tricky, and it's just like, wow, you're just like a little guy. You're like a dude, but tiny.
So
You're like,
other
Fox,
arrow.
put me down. But man, look at you. And like, yo, put me down.
Other arrow point this out. Apparently, the final boss of Final Fantasy XIII is vulnerable to instant death, and that is an intentional homage to Saga. Saga.
Oh,
1.
that's good.
I know he's vulnerable to like poison as well, and that's like a really good way to kill him as well.
Ah.
Tricky's from
Oh.
Decom Racing. Yep, I pointed that out a while ago.
Oh yeah, that was ages ago. I mean, for this game, any
Yeah.
stream other than the one we're currently on feels like ages ago.
Yeah.
Like with a first stream with Star Fox Adventure 20 years ago. like,
Somehow,
might as well.
somehow SMT does not feel as long.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's stuff going on in there, and the music's dope as hell, and like the combat can be fun if a bit like rough. Whenever it's like, oh, I wish we could run away, but that function is broken in hard mode.
Yeah,
But
that's.
yeah,
Anyway.
there's stuff going on. We could talk about religion and the writing of SMT and
Yeah.
how it has the curse of going a little bit too hard on the chaos person being like, actually, I love tyrants and and, and violence and
Stop
murder.
me from becoming God.
Yeah.
Oh
God,
yeah,
that Jack
every
Chick track.
listen, every chick tract is absurd. Remember that
Yeah.
we're looking for sickles.
God.
And this is
Every
Ah.
modern platformer somehow links back to Decon Racing. Yeah.
Yeah,
they
it
really
is.
do.
they really
Oh,
do.
You failed.
Okay. Someone just pinged me and it's like, oh, it's George. Okay.
Oh, you tell George to get in here and see Star Fox Adventures.
Banjo Kazooie,
Mr.
Conquer,
Like, oh, I like Star Fox Adventures. It's like,
Mario, Star Fox, it all coexist in the same universe thanks to Decon Racing. I mean, Smash takes that even further. The Phantom Pain exists in Mario.
wait, what takes it further?
Smash.
Oh yeah, Smash. Which is, yeah.
Are you ready to go to Krazoa Palace?
I keep forgetting that this is his voice.
God,
Yeah.
thinking about the pause spirit in Smash Ultimate.
Anyway, select 180, Banjo Kazooie, Conquer, Mario, and Star Fox. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I read.
They make
And-
that point constantly. Like, hell, even in the first SMT, they flat out said that when you got the neutral ending. That
Oh
they're
yeah,
both
definitely.
restrictive and will just turn humanity into a parody of itself. Jiggies are the big golden bananas from DK64, are the Power Stars and
Power
other
Star-
forms. Like the Power Moons and Odyssey, yeah!
Like,
That's fun.
if you wanted to do something like that, oh yes, you see these differently in every reality, but they're truly the same thing. It's like, because what you desire most is bananas, you have seen them as bananas.
Ooh, banana.
And they don't make that point very well outside the first. I mean, the fourth one, yeah, it does make that point. Like, from seeing all the endings, it's like, yes, actually, like someone being like, oh, I love chaos. I love it when the strongest person, who is me, Lucifer, gets to decide how the world should be, and because I will forever be the strongest thing, now that we've defeated like the name of God or whatever, and it's like, oh, I love chaos. I love it when everyone follows me, and then like fucking law. Yeah, and yeah, just
And I know
full-
it is like, it is making the point that yeah, these would end up being similar, just because they are taken to extremes, but also they don't tend to make that point very well.
I mean, I think like
Yeah.
the point
I-
is made
Okay.
well in the neutral ending though for SMT4, because it's like, yeah, you get to well, I guess especially with how we saw like both endings of just how they got so extreme, and just that's okay. The one thing I will say is that they could have spent a lot more or any time at all just having I'm trying to remember his name. It was not Jonathan. That was the law guy who actually had moments of doubt. but the other one, Walter? Yeah, Walter. If Walter actually had moments of doubt about, should I just follow Lucifer? Maybe, like, his teachings aren't out of just, pure ideological or, just not, without an agenda or anything. But no, he's like, oh boy,
Yeah,
love despots. Love to be one day.
yeah,
It's wartime.
yeah. It's always war time.
And also,
Yeah.
people got mad at SMT for Apocalypse for pointing that out.
Yeah.
Even though it's been, like, true
So-
for a long
I
time.
did actually say to Jard, hey, if you want anyone to defend Star Fox Adventures, you need to do it yourself. Yeah. No idea if he's gonna
Yeah.
join now.
To go to Dragon Rock, your toughest challenge yet.
That's easy for you to say, but where do I find the gatekeeper?
He is closer than you realize. He who has no voice has plenty to say.
Oh,
Okay.
But let me catch up with Chapman. Sadly.
Yeah, Nocturne was also real good. Worst Devil Fusion ever, yeah. Although
Yeah.
Apocalypse improves upon that design.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see, we have Kitty Cat that wants to get into my room. Hey, Kitty.
I should have guessed there was something odd about you. The Warpstone said I should find you.
I haven't spoken since something terrible happened.
They made
Something
me
that
play
I'm
Star
ashamed
Fox
to admit.
Adventures.
I too attempted to save our planet, but I failed.
How?
Tell me, what happened?
I led a group of dinosaurs against General Scales. He learnt of our plan before we could act, and launched a full-scale offensive against us. We never stood a chance. He imprisoned 3 of my closest friends on Dragon Rock, and it is also where he has taken the Spellstone.
So how did you survive? If Scales let you go, it could only be because...
I am the gatekeeper.
Why did he
Why?
leave
What's
him here, actually? If you need a gatekeeper to get to the place, why not just keep him in the place? That...
The gateway to Dragon Rock is now open. Please help.
Oh,
my
and the game
friends.
locks you into
They
the final
are on your
boss fight and
side.
being mad because he didn't finish collecting. So there isn't really much to collect here, to be fair. There is that like
Oh.
beta for Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah.
Anyway,
This guy has the accent and bagpipes. WTF? Yeah. It's amazing Scottish people exist. Like, they're real and out there. You could
They're
even
out
be one
there
in this very
somewhere.
I don't know any Scottish people. Fuck you.
No, I don't know any Scottish people. They're not real. Yeah.
God. Oh, I was gonna say,
Dinosaur.
Freed Arrow Other. I wonder if a Dinosaur Planet would have better just been worse because it wouldn't have the branding. I mean, I think it would have been like fine. I think it would have been probably good if they could.
It wouldn't be
Is it something-
measurably worse, is what we're saying.
Oh, absolutely. Like, there's things here that actually have potential that I believe probably were more developed. You know, because it took like 5 years to make before they were given like, Nintendo, hey, hey, make this for the GameCube
Right.
and make this about Star Fox.
I think it's about Star Fox because we don't know what to do with Fox McCloud. And it's like,
Yeah.
what?
God.
Yeah. And it's like, you can makes more Star Fox games, it's like inconceivable. Might as well be saying make more F-Zero games.
You know what? I'm always, oh god, every time that's mentioned, I'm always a bit turned up of one. Like, you know, game series can just end and that's fine, but other time it feels weird. It does honestly feel weird that they just never made another one. Even because one, it's Nintendo, and they love money, and people have been clamoring for like a new F-Zero, or hell, even a release or a remaster or something, so that people can play it, with with minimum hassle to like just grab it nowadays. Because like there's many. I think there's been several generations of people, right? At least one generation of people by now who have like never had a real chance to play it without just like pirating it or whatever. Which like go for it if you want to, but it's just weird that they just don't want to make a new one.
Yeah, I had to collect all the golden rings in that one.
And to read from chat, Psych 180. I imagine Dinosaur Planet would have at least been more consistent, not throwing you to Star Fox 64 style shooter bosses once in a while, but who knows how well it would have sold. Other Arrow, I do know the leaked prototype had 2 playable characters, and if I recall their plot and design stuff, that was changed unrelated to Star Fox branding. Sight, I would still have been a Rare game, so it would have done well. I mean, yeah, Rare was. I forget if Rare was still, pretty well. Oh yeah, it was early 2000s, so yeah. I mean, they did have their name attached.
Early 2000s was like the tail end of their N64 stuff, and that's like asking, oh, would Rare games have been well regarded? Yes, they would have. Rare knocked out some of the best N64 games. They also made Conker's Bad Fur Day, which is apparently hasn't aged as well. Like, I'm gonna assume that's the case, because
Yeah, I tried
that's what I
playing
hear,
it.
and I've never actually played it.
It's not very fun. It doesn't play well. Like, you can't jump and attack at the same time.
Uh,
To give you an idea.
yeah, that does sound
Yeah.
a bit weird and a bit obnoxious. Yeah, well, for a Rare game, yeah. Because I remember in basically any time or most any time in Banjo-Kazooie, I would jump and attack just because I felt more sure of being able to aim myself, which feels weird to say, but yeah, it's just it felt nice to be able to jump and compared to the weird, especially in the first Banjo-Kazooie, the weird punch attack you had. And
Oh, this is
Other
like
Arrow,
a
Star
new
Fox
enemy.
Assault was. Oh,
Okay.
I want to say neat, but I don't have my hopes up.
Yeah, they're still
I mean-
vulnerable to freezing.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Other Arrow, Star Fox Assault was good, but it was also designed by Namco. Nintendo wanted Star Fox money, but didn't want to make it themselves. Rare was super well regarded at the time. Yeah, that's the reason everyone pretended that Conker's Bad Fur Day was good for the longest time. You got okay, yeah, fair, got you. Yeah,
I'm gonna assume Conker's Bad Fur Day is one of those other ones that's kind of mid at best, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Never
fun.
actually played it, so it's not like I have nostalgia for it, and it's not like I'm just assuming just the
Yeah.
trend of
Oh, this guy
Like,
hits you, and you can't pick up the thing you were carrying back up because
yeah,
they gotta
because-
grab it. You can't just pick
Yeah.
it back up. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
and
So-
yeah, it's like
The thing
Oh.
is, Rare did put out some genuinely great games. Donkey Kong 64, suffered from them potentially suffered from them not, leaning into, oh, we're gonna have to use the expansion pack anyway, because the game doesn't work without it.
I just watched the video and it turns. Oh.
Oh,
Game crash.
sure.
okay.
Oh, okay. Game didn't crash. No, I haven't played Star Fox Zero.
Nope. I played Starwing, Star Fox 64, Violet Wars, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Psych 180. I only recently tried Conquer. I did not enjoy it and stopped playing in the first level. I think. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
The only
jeez.
thing I heard that people remember fondly of Conquer's Bad Fur Day was the singing Poop Boss.
The Great Mighty Pooh.
And other error. I think Conquer's rep is due to the perspective that N64 error Rare could do no wrong, plus edgy South Park humor being
Game
a novelty at the time.
crashed.
Yeah, game uncrashed. Love to see it.
God, I remember the actual South Park games at the time.
They were bad.
The only one I ever really saw in person was the what's it called? The turkey one, and
Yeah.
only a few minutes. It didn't really hold my interest past that.
Yeah.
Was it the FPS?
Yep, it was a FPS one. The turkeys were hunting people, you see.
Yep.
See,
Apparently
the thing is, it's not just, oh, the only enemies in the games are turkeys. It's the only enemies in the game for like the first 4 levels are turkeys. And then it's like, oh, here's a different themed thing where we have one enemy over and over again. And it's like, maybe this is not the best design decision. Like, if they
Yeah.
had... I know what they were doing. It's like, oh, remember that episode of South Park? Well, here is that episode, and you have to kill 100 turkeys. Okay, you're here. Here's 100 aliens you have to fight. They're all the same until you get to the boss. And it's like, you could have mixed it up a bit and probably had a better game. But also, it's South Park. Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, at this point, South Park has caused way more harm than it has done anything good.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I've not actually taken my pills, have I?
Okay, well, we pleased that person, and now we gotta go all the way back. Oh, that's pad for... I'm gonna have to use the horn on later, aren't I? Also, this area kind of looks Metroid-ish.
Imagine Samus Aran just going to a planet, seeing some dinosaurs, then seeing like a fox guy like half her height,
You
just
have done well
running
to
around,
find me,
being deeply
but there
confused.
Are others.
Yeah, I know. Your Thorntail friend told me all about it.
I am pleased to hear of his safety, but the High Top is not so fortunate. Together, we can free him.
No, I'm not paid enough for this. Okay. What do we do?
The High Top will be an easy target for the patrolling robots. With their shields, they are unstoppable. However, each one has a shield generator hidden somewhere nearby. If we can destroy these, the robots will be defenseless.
So what do you expect me to use? This?
Of course not. This. Now get on my back. Let's do some damage.
That was almost charming, I guess. Of like those line reads, which man, just now thought about. Oh yeah, the voice direction probably wasn't that great for this. Oh.
I think that destroyed one of the shields.
I don't think so.
Samus shows up Dinosaur Planet is screwed. She may or may not stop to pick up Tricky when she's fleeing a planet-destroying explosion. Hey, she didn't
Oh, yeah,
destroy
she keeps
every
exploding.
planet she walks on.
Yeah,
Just most
but
of them.
yeah.
Like, most of the planets in Prime 3 ended up fine. And hey,
Yeah.
Dark Aether was never supposed to exist in the first place.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is funny because now I'm just remembering the show Dirty Pair, where like let's see what's the names that the lovely angels are supposed that are often referred to as Dirty Pair because they keep like going to solve problems and they do solve problems, but along the way
They solve
things tend to
problems
go
by
incredibly
accident
wrong.
and cause problems
Oh
on
no, not by
purpose.
accident. It's just
Nah,
shit,
they're
shit goes
good
bad.
at solving problems with a lot of collateral damage, hence their, like, name.
Yeah, and I think in one episode they do actually end up blowing up a planet, and it's just
It's like,
Just
God
now thinking
forbid women do anything.
do anything.
MP3 planet survived and haven't reappeared. Seeds and SR3AA survived their original appearance too.
MP3
Huh.
planet.
Oh god, the planet where all the MP3s come from.
Yeah. If you blow that up, then people have to rip all of their music again, and that's like, don't use
Oh no,
Spotify, kids.
Metallica is bombing the planet!
You defeated Metallica, but then they started blowing up the MP3 planet to ensure we could never benefit from it.
Now we had to save all our like audio files as like dot waves or like if you have the space for it, dot flax. If you want that lossy,
Yeah.
or the lossless, they like
Oh
audio
yeah,
files.
FLAC is lossless, but for the
It
most
tends to be
part,
bigger.
it's like you don't. If you're the kind of person who goes, oh yeah, I listen to my FLAC files, you'll also like have like gold-plated connectors because you're like, oh, it makes it sound better. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I have the option from a music download to get FLAC, I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like MP3s just take up less space, and for the most part, it's the same difference. It's like it's still good.
Mhm.
But yeah, I actually don't know enough about audio files. I don't know, or .org.
We're summoning Tem to the
OG.
call for this.
like now we had to save all our files as OGGs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like everything has to be a MIDI now.
Oh no, don't make everything MIDI.
Everything is MIDI now.
Yeah,
Now that MP3 file is
Zebus
gone.
blows up on its second appearance. SR388, I believe, never actually gets blown up, but they do
Yeah.
kind of crash a space station into it at one point.
Yeah. And Zip's blowing
And
up was
they did
the
kind of
space-
kill every Metroid.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a problem. Turns out.
Yeah. God. Turns out, unfortunately, killing the super predator parasite thing. Is it really a parasite? It seemed to be just more of a super predator.
Yeah,
Like it,
Super Predator.
it just kind of could consume anything.
hmm
Rope's too strong.
Oh, too
Oh, there's
strong.
no audio for that?
Yeah,
Eh.
it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I love the animation, like, going back to the default positioning, having to, like, just skip some frames to get there early since you decided to talk to them midway through, the animation.
Dude,
God,
calm
can you
down.
stop
What?
headbanging? It's kind of distracting.
Oh, they reject.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, okay, that's rude.
This sucks.
Like, this just feels like a why is this dinosaur doing that? Is it just to be
Yeah.
annoying?
Oh, you can't hurt them,
Oh,
too.
I
Great.
fucking-
Fucking
Okay,
fantastic.
hold
You
Just
can hurt
leaving.
the
It's like,
prisoner
you know
you're trying
what?
to
You
free.
don't want to be freed.
God.
Yeah.
You're very clearly doing something that is antithetical to you getting freed. and
Yeah.
causing you to get hurt more. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
and
what
it's
your
like-
business is, but I don't want any part
I
of
don't
it.
know why you start headbanging after telling us to free you. I think there's a communication issue going on here. Anyway. Like and retweet if you believe Samus should have the authority to visit planets and destroy them.
Oh boy. Yeah, totally.
Destroying every planet she visits.
Yeah.
Like the Black Star Dragon Balls.
No, and also Samus should be some sort of like. Then again, I haven't played Dread, and I haven't really seen any spoilers for it. Other than like, I saw like some of a stream of it, like the opening, that and like which makes me think like I have some ideas of how it goes. But like,
There it
she
goes.
should get to be a weird biohazard, like one of the cooler bosses of Final Fantasy. Not Final
okay.
Fantasy. Resident Evil. What was that, buddy? What did he grab?
He stuck his neck around the thing and it popped the. If you, that's all he.
We're ready to go.
What?
We're crossing the plane, and you're going to have to protect me.
Fucking.
You can talk?
You can talk.
Yeah.
Talk.
He could, and like there was a cutscene
Why
earlier,
can
but
you
there's no voice file.
Yeah.
There's no audio for his voice. God. Now we're on rail shooter.
And we have infinite ammo for this one.
Good. I'm trying to think of other action adventure sort of games that like be on rail shooter. Can't really think of much.
This
at
is
the
the
moment.
turret
Somehow.
section.
Like, yeah. Love turret. I mean, the turret like on rail shooter, turret sector, whatever, can be fun in some games if done right.
Obviously
But-
not this.
I mean, this so far is just sort of mid. Not mid. I can't just say call everything
You
mid.
keep saying
It's just
things are
so-
mid, like it's infected us at this point.
Yeah, it has, but it's all right. It's nothing special at
It's
the moment.
mid.
Yeah, it's like maybe it builds up. I mean, it's Star Fox Adventures, so probably not.
I
But
just turned on turbo for this because fuck this.
oh yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, you wouldn't have turbo by default. Yeah, no, absolutely. Turbo Fire. Let's go. I'm now remembering the game Stranglehold, which was based off of a John Woo film where you but in what was the name of it? I know the character, the main character is called Inspector Tequila, but I'm forgetting the original movie's name. It's fun though. Like that had a turret section that was pretty fun. Though that level was weird because you were in some criminal hideout and they had some drug, not factory. It's a table, right? Imagine a basic plastic table or something, right? Just filled with some beakers and a keg or whatever, where apparently they're making drugs from, the tiniest meth lab or something, and you can just shoot those and they just have some big explosions, which yeah, sure, I guess, but God, that game was weird. It was fun though, which I think is the most important part for a game that wants to be really cinematic. That you gotta have fun with it. Blow up those tiny, those incredibly tiny meth labs. Oh fuck, oh god, you wouldn't have turbo by default for this.
Nope.
Oh god, that's hellish. Fuck that.
That's what I was looking for.
You don't have any multi-attacks either.
Nope.
Fuck. Okay, that last section just sucks. I hope you didn't get damaged
You'll figure it out.
till then, because you're just gonna tank that. I don't see how else you would get through that.
Yep. I mean, you would definitely take out some of them. And we have to murder. There's a thing in the way. We have to commit murders.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We can't go over it. We can't go under it. We have to go through it. We're going on a bear hunt. We're gonna catch a big one. I'm not scared.
Have to murder a bear. Eh. That's gone. Oh, hey. No, that's not. Yeah, that's. Burn it. To the ground. Okay.
Okay. That did a lot. That did a lot of something.
Ah, I see. Yeah, we can't just use our fire on it. Oh no.
What do you mean we can't? Yeah, God, we can't use our fire to shoot down the rope because fuck. I don't know.
Oh, I know what this is.
Oh.
Damn it.
Fuck. Yeah, the angle makes that a bit weird if you're just
I
standing
think
there.
you have to, like, move fast.
Yeah.
Gotta go fast.
Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to look up, like, what movie was Inspector Tequila from? And, Inspector Tequila Urine is from, 1992 film Hard Boiled and 2007 video game Stranglehold, which was just the sequel to the movie, which is weird to think about.
Yep.
I remember it being a good movie though, or good action flick.
Dead.
Yep. That said, because of its cinematic nature in the game, like one of your special abilities that you can spend a meter on was like you pulled out two pistols and you'd like spin around as like and while you're shooting up all your enemies or whatever, and like white doves would fly around you, and you got to see like slow mo some of the enemies going down. And like, no, that's probably oh great. I remember once like Mary talking about some game where you keep seeing like oh yeah, the gory kills and like Doom Eternal or whatever, and I'm like, no, I think like playing Stranglehold growing up is what made me like some of that, like, or at least some of that design from like Eternal, or just like get to see a thing happen, and sometimes like, no, yeah, that's cool, and it
I know not everyone agrees with me on that. Oh no, like, people will say glory kills are cool and they're a good gameplay mechanic and they add a lot of things. It's just, I did kind of grow up with the original Doom games, and it's like, in those games, you're not like just mashing the same button to kill everything once you've gotten health below a certain amount. Like,
Shit.
I know that's oversimplifying it, but it's like, it just feels like weird for me.
yeah, no, I get what you mean, because instead of
It's-
actively like getting. I mean, technically you are actually getting more health, but
It feels like it's
like-
pulling me out of the game to go, okay, now here's the like mandated scene you have to see of the same demon death that you've seen 20 times on this level. Yeah. I
yeah,
know it's not always like that. There's some that just die outright, but it's yeah.
Yeah, it's more like God of War, really.
Yeah.
huh? Yeah. Or I'm guessing the
This is
older ones.
like a
Yeah, I
stupid
forget that there's
puzzle.
newer ones.
Yeah, the
Like,
older ones.
yeah, you got
Oh, jeez. Gave you different rewards if you like on different enemies if you did the special ones, special things.
yeah.
Yeah, God, I haven't played a God. I only played the first one. I remember reading
Fuck.
God, seeing stuff about like the second and third one, and then I know there's the PS3 one, which was like
The third
weird
one.
because at the end. Oh, was that the third one? Oh
Yes.
yeah, huh, it was. My bad. But yeah, the third one, where it's like I remember hearing that like when you're fighting Zeus and killing him, the camera goes into like first person, and it. I remember like one reviewer saying like it felt really weird that it would do that, because it's like it just felt like more off-putting than anything.
I like how the first God of War recontextualized that as like
Oh yeah, the Death
one
of
of
War.
his one of his worst moments actually.
Oh, that's good. Because I know it's like, cause it feels weird. Like, oh, is it supposed to be like cool that you're like I forget how you kill Zeus, but it's like with your bare hands.
Yeah, you
And
just
it's like-
keep beating him until
Kill Zeus. With what? Your bare hands?
fuck.
Yes.
Oh, this is a good puzzle. This is a great puzzle. Everyone's gonna love this.
I see
Yeah.
what it's doing. That it's not that you need them all off at the same time. It's you need them off when it's passing.
Which isn't in and of itself not too bad, but it's just then you get to the part where you have to carry it with like in the wind tunnels.
Yeah, and you have very little control over where it's going. And Fox is like, hands off, Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus takes the wheel.
It's like,
Yeah.
Fox. Like, one, is Jesus a furry in your like world? And two, don't do that, please. That's just rude.
Oh my god!
It's not dropping
did
it.
Tricky stepping off turn that off?
Oh,
Tricky.
tricky.
Do we have to stand there ourselves?
Okay, that drops.
Oh,
my
Tricky.
God. Thank God. Game design. Not game. Whatever the hell that is. Like, you think you would just automatically drop it if it got to the location, but
Yeah.
but yeah, no, this is so weird because you can't throw the explosive barrel, right? Like if you
Animal
just
companion
normally throw it, it
who
would just
may as
explode,
well be like just a weighted block you carry with you.
the
Yep,
weighted companion cube. But
that
worse
was more
somehow.
likeable.
Yeah. God, the fact that you can't throw the barrel and you just have to walk.
Tricky
In the
is
direction.
literally just a glorified barrel with legs at this
Ah.
point. Why don't we bring him to this point? Or is that an explosive one that you need? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Fox, we can't let you bring anything useful to the planet. You're gonna need to solve all these explosive barrel puzzles instead of using your sci-fi death rays.
This is good enough.
Yeah.
Stock sound effect of chains clanking.
Okay, yeah, that's what that does.
Why that? Okay, that is even more annoying that you can't just use.
Oh, I guess that just keeps going then.
Okay.
Oh, like you can't use like your fire because if you're burning the rope, because it's just a rope.
Yeah,
It looks just like a rope. Why can't you
have
use your
to burn
blaster?
the rope.
Yeah, it's burning. Like you have a blaster. That.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Thanks for helping me out. Hey, aren't you a friend of Crystal?
How do you know Crystal?
They don't know each other. They literally have not met.
After I left, I was captured by the shark claws, and I've been stuck here ever since. Why don't you climb aboard? I need to stretch my wings.
Okay.
Okay.
But I never met Crystal. Oh, in an early revision, you actually did meet her. Early revision of the script, you actually did
Little
meet her.
guy says like when in response to me going, yeah, Tricky, you're not the like beloved like companion they wanted you to be. He's okay. We rag on him a bit because he can be annoying. But like
No,
in the
it's
most part, he's okay.
Yeah, it's like, you know, you're right. He's trying his best, but this is Star Fox 64, Star Fox Adventures. You know, there's only so much you can do. He is a little guy. Keep forgetting that you have a turbo like function that the game would not give you by default, which is wild.
Fox, you need to plug in the Mad Cat's controller for this section. Yeah.
Yeah, especially just that last part, because I think you're only, like, you have to just, like, take it. Like, it's just like, oh, here's like 20 things all, like, covering each other.
I guess. It didn't even look like it hit me. It just. Oh, it
Oh,
didn't
you did
hit-
take it. Weird.
Yeah, that
wasn't-
didn't
There's
look
one
like
that got
it hit.
close, but it must have went under you. Because it didn't get a hit, but that second one did hit you. Maybe it's the third one, whatever. Okay, that was definitely a hit, so fair for that one, I guess.
I was trying to like shoot both. That was a bit of cleverness, but okay, there it goes. I'm not
Nice.
sure if you can one cycle it or if the game will allow that. Also, my shots are pulling to the left. Now they're pulling to the right.
Yeah, I know in Banjo Tooie, it did the thing that like I think Perfect Dark did, where like your like reticle would try to go like towards the center. You try like whenever you're just moving. And I'm wondering if like this does anything weird like that. Like it tries to like make you aim towards some sort of screen position by default, and you have to aim away from that to hit anything. Oh boy, it's so weird having to fight against the targeting reticle to actually aim.
Yeah.
Oh, console shooters. Which, God, it's still weird thinking about how, like, Halo was fun. I remember playing that on consoles being, like, going well, but it's still weird to think that Call of Duty 4 was the first one that, like, got people going, like, oh, hey, like, shooters on console can actually, like, work. Well, it actually tuned it really well, unfortunately. And now we have to fight Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
No, it sure. Fuck it.
Yeah, Rid.
I'll still call you Ridley.
Honestly, they could just make us fight Ridley and I'd go, yeah, okay.
This basically meta Ridley anyway.
Yeah.
And it's an on-rails section. What can we
And
do about
it's
that?
different.
Samus in the Star Fox universe, like,
No, what? Sure, why not? There's probably
make her
other
friends
planets.
the Star Fox mercenaries. Why not? Like,
Yeah, like she is a bounty hunter. Like,
Yeah.
So, like, her being friends with
just a
other
bounty hunter who doesn't
mercs
know what
would
being
be-
a bounty hunter means.
Yeah, I still. Oh, that's still so good that someone had to explain to the devs like what a bounty hunter actually does, and they're like, oh, I just thought
Yeah.
that's like a cool space profession that like cool
Yeah.
characters in sci-fi got to do. They just got to do cool things because.
Like,
they're
I
bounty
know
hunters.
that's the devs saying, oh yeah, we thought it was a cool thing to say she was, but like, having her in universe say it is just like that would be super endearing as like a character trait. She's like, oh no, I'm a cool space adventurer. Why do you think I kill people?
Yeah.
It's like she does kill people, but like only like incidentally.
This is still
And
way more
pirates.
engaging than the previous boss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the previous boss. Which was the previous boss?
The
Oh, wait, no,
dinosaur
with
that
the-
walked in the square.
Just yeah, that one sucked. At least the first one felt like they had the ideas of how a boss should work, but were confused about like actually.
Oh, confused, but it got the spirit.
And also into
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
The
Listen.
second one was a
I mean,
better
we can't just
version
say
of-
everything's.
The second one was really just a better version of that race thing earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, suck it down.
Like, as boss fights go in this game, this is okay, sure. Like,
This is one of the better ones.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, out
Like,
of what we've seen
the-
so far, this is the best one.
Yeah. Like, we've seen some kind of garbage fights in this game. Yeah.
Garbage fights.
In comparison, this is like solidly
Oh,
unoffensive.
fuck. Oh, I got it. Okay, I win.
Like, yeah, you took some damage there, but it's also like, yeah, it's forgiving enough. It doesn't super matter at this point. I googled The Legend of Crystal, by the way, says Psyched 180. Now I know, and knowing is half the battle.
It sure is half the battle. But anyway, I was gonna say, fuck, we saw that guy melt in lava. That was fucked. I mean, that was tight at the scene, but I wasn't expecting him to be, like, melted in lava. Fucking Terminator death.
There's an old friend we would all like to see.
I love the
Okay,
that
guys,
one
I'm outta
death
here.
for
See you
Doomslayer.
later.
He does do the Terminator thumbs up animation if you die in lava.
Okay, that is cute.
Yeah.
And, like, it's... Even if you don't know what it's referencing, it's still just funny to see. Just
Yeah,
two
it's still
guys
very
doing
much like
thumbs
in
up.
character for him.
You stopped his evil mutant army plan.
Mutants?
This is the final
Mutant?
What?
The mutants? What? When did that happen?
When did that happen?
quickly as possible. With this sealed post,
Oh no, we made an enemy of Magneto.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
not Magneto.
Yeah.
Oh, Procomere. I forgot about that
One
boss.
gold ring.
Oh god, don't crash. No,
Uh-huh.
they're just turning Turbo on back again. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Green Turbo.
And looking at this, I'm surprised they didn't just make a Star Fox game.
Yeah.
Or like someone didn't just make, like Nintendo, like, hey, can you work on this, like, you know,
Nintendo.
just make a Star Fox game? Yeah, Nintendo just like, hey, Rare, can you just make a normal Star Fox game for us? Because, like, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you're partway there.
The thing is,
Right here.
Nintendo were the ones who said no. You have to make it. You have to make it as a Star Fox game, and it has to be like your other unrelated game. Yeah, there's a fox there. It's close enough.
Yeah. You know what? I wish there was a crossover between Toho and Star Fox. I think that'd be funny.
Rocker Myers is Sykes 180.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a
Crocodile.
weird mutant thing. Sort of a giant lizard dinosaur, if you squint. Like,
That's a fun boss. They wanted to bring it back for Zero Mission, but it wasn't fully implemented. Only partially.
I keep forgetting that Tricky's just in like a bottom compartment. Like, are they even pressurized? Like, I'm guessing it would have to be pressurized, but like, are they getting air down there?
Yeah.
I hope not.
Oh no! But you think they would just be like, oh, you know, there's a new Star Ring or whatever. There, I keep forgetting what Star Fox's like, or Fox McCloud's actual normal fighter ships are called.
Arwing.
R-Wings.
R-Wings, okay. Yeah, because I know there's the X-Wings in, in Star Wars and
Tricky's
whatever
cargo
wing.
says Psych 180.
Yeah, they like you're not seeing the part where Fox McCloud puts him in a pet carrier because of weird regulations with whatever republic that you know the
He's a mercenary. He
Star
doesn't have to
Fox.
follow regulations.
I mean, he's still probably part of like a planet or whatever, or like
Yeah,
probably some sort of
like
citizen
mercenaries
somewhere.
probably have to follow some kind of authority. Like,
Also, they're in
Mhm.
space.
No.
No one has to know.
in
Yeah, but
space,
it's
no
like
one can hear you scream.
I bet there's some weird benefit to like having carrying along pets or whatever, or like rescuing pets from like danger zones or conflict areas. Just like Metal Gear Solid 5. Ergo, Tricky goes into the pet into the pet carrier every time
You
they fly.
got what's it called? What's the balloon thing called?
Oh, Fultons.
Oh yeah,
You're just
Fulton,
ultimately
Tricky.
tricky.
God, I wish. Just seeing like putting the fucking Fulton device on Tricky, and then it just pops up like what? Whoa! Just off into the sky.
It's not a human rights violation if no one's actually human, says Psych 180.
God.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Da-da-da.
Fucking.
Like, you'd probably
Jeff
have
Bezos.
them like either referring to themselves as humans, despite like that not being the
Uh-oh,
case,
bot.
or and that just being a
Yeah,
translation
I'll
thing.
tackle the bot.
Yeah. Have a
Uh,
good time. Good time.
We're gonna have a good time.
And if you report them,
Yeah.
We're gonna
Oh,
have a non-specific good time.
yep. Please, whatever you do not visit any any website just titled like xgirls.xyz or whatever. I
Out of
doubt
my
if
way,
you would
straight
actually
girl.
have a
I'm
good
about
time.
to get it. My identity has been stolen.
Oh no!
yeah.
And now the bots have to play Star Fox Adventures. Actually,
Yeah.
Ah! A bad fate for them.
Seem they like it.
they've been transferred over from the curse. It's just like the Santa Claus from those movies.
Yeah.
If you kill us or like steal our identities, now you had to play Star Fox Adventures. It's just how it
The
goes.
Santa Claus, but like you kill Jerma,
Oh no! That'd be
then you
the
start
that'd be
turning
the
into
worst.
him. I don't know if there's like a better streamer to say for that. It's just that would be like if any
that's the best
streamer
one.
has the "you killed him, you become them" cause, that's who it is, right?
Oh, absolutely! It's 10,000% Jerma. It's a man who I remember once someone describing he's like a jester, and it's like, yeah, with some of the nonsense I see that he puts up with or inflicts upon himself, a jester does seem like the best term.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty buck wild, but like if as long as he's still willing to do it, then yeah, sure, fine. Also, no, excuse me. I think I'm gonna go I grabbed something to eat because I forgot to have lunch.
Okay. Just look at that door. Yeah,
Oh,
enjoy
God,
your
that door
food.
animation. But yeah,
I'm going
yeah.
to get a drink
Be
in a
back.
little bit.
Oh no, please don't leave me as like the only person here. Because when you do, like the other streamer, only I can see if you. Nah, I just like ramble to myself because I don't have anything to say.
Not even the Great Kazoo wants you.
Yeah, the Great Gazoo, like, you won't get secret Gazoo clips if you stick around when no one else is here. You just get me talking about, like,
I
oh,
can
this is what
shoot
I
the
made for dinner.
dinosaur.
You can just shoot the dinosaur. Let's never go back to Dinosaur Planet.
Oh, apparently I can fire at a pillar on the beach.
Mm-hmm. But why would you when there are dinosaurs to shoot?
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's not the one. Still here with a rabbit, says Psych 180.
I'm still here for rabbit. Yeah. Yeah.
There's some pillar that you can blow up and
We do stream at the same time every Wednesday and Saturday. And like anyone is always welcome to join us in chat or even in voice chat. Like we linked the Discord before. I can do it again anyway. Invite.
okay.
Copy.
Okay. Douse the flame. Also fire at a pillar on the beach.
We're pretty chill over in the Akimbo Dynamite Club.
Or was I charging it too much? Can't aim over there. There's a
Yeah.
pillar over there. Oh, there it goes.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, it's our friend, the Bad Space King.
Yes.
Giant Enemy George himself. Welcome to the stream where we've been ragging on Star Fox Adventures for every episode up until now with no defense.
I guess
Yeah.
this is where I come in.
Yeah?
Because I actually like this game.
Yeah.
My God.
Someone has to.
I guess by the
Literally nobody has to.
by the law of self-averages, someone has to.
This is a staff energy meter. These holders are only found inside our underground hiding places. Okay.
Yeah, if they were
Like-
above ground, they'd melt.
Yeah, of course they would.
Yep, the meter is maxed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
So
okay, there are
thanks
things.
for telling us that, and the literal last time is going to be relevant.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there are things
I
about this
know.
game that I think is shit.
Yeah,
Mostly to do with that little fuck right there.
yeah, tricky. Like the
I
thing
hate,
is,
I hate
I
every
rag on
game mechanic
Tricky quite a bit.
associated with him and him.
and I'm going like as a character, he's not like objectionably terrible. It's just funny to say, oh, it's tricky again, and just like talk about how he might be more useful, say, as a barrel on legs that just sits down when you tell it to.
That would be helpful. And probably
Yeah.
probably cuter.
Because, like, we put on a button and he wandered off by himself in the middle of a puzzle, and it's like, tricky, no! Yeah?
I mean, yeah, that's fair. It's fair. We should all rag on Prince Tricky. Also, the fact that he's a prince makes me fear for the lives of his future citizens.
Yeah, I had a theory that we're actually just working for rich people on this
Game theory?
planet.
Well done.
I've gotten good at it. Okay, under the platforms near the entrance to find a cheat token. Well, where's that well? No, we've been here, huh? Is it this one? Is this platforms?
Star
can't
Fox
quite-
Adventures. There are worse games you could be playing, says Psych.
Technically.
I mean,
Welcome to
that's
chat,
true.
Psych.
There's much worse out
I
there. than
cannot
this.
remember what coloured you, like, use and everything, because everyone I know seems to have one. Oh yeah, bright yellow. Well, not exactly bright, but, what else? Oh, I'm gonna need to add a... I'll do that when I have more focus.
What platforms is this guy talking about? Near the entrance? Which entrance? Of that? Because that's what the last thing this thing was talking about. Sometimes game guides, you know?
Yes.
Sometimes game guides.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes these people just need someone to read it
Yeah.
and go,
Yeah, you need a
I-
beta reader for your game guides.
because like they'll say something and you have no idea what they're talking about, but they clearly do. But that doesn't matter because you're not them.
I mean, they misspelled south earlier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those platforms, maybe? The one with the waterfall? Pro tip, to kill a cyber demon, shoot at it until it dies. That was like from an April Fool's thing, even.
Yeah, it's sad that that's not actually real. I desperately want it to be.
Oh, I can just give you the guest streamer role whilst I'm in here.
Okay,
The thing is, we've got like the guest streamer thing, but like literally anyone who's in the Kimbo Dynamite can just go, "Hey, can I have the guest streamer role? I'm just gonna join it to defend like you talking about my favorite terrible N64 games." Like we're pretty lax on who can join. We sometimes have like 6 people on call. Sometimes it's just me and James, and it's just like.
Oh, what
You know.
N64 games have we've been ragging on?
Conqueror's Bad Fur Day.
Fair.
Yeah, what were the other ones? Dunking on the South Park games, but to be fair, those kind of stuff,
Yeah, that's
like even for the time.
oh god.
Yeah.
I owned one of them.
Yeah, a friend.
I owned it. I owned, and I
South
think I
Park
still
first
have.
person shooter.
I think I still have my copy of Chef's Love Shack somewhere.
Oh no, Chef's Love Shack. Yeah, like, on the one hand, I get why you have it, 'cause it's like a
Yeah, it's a
Trivia
game
kind of
show.
thing?
It's a game show.
game
But-
show, and
but-
your whole thing is game shows.
I do love me a
Well,
game
not your
show.
whole thing, like, your whole thing
No.
is trains, but like... there's
It's
an
a thing
aspect of it.
that it's an aspect
Train, if there's
of
a,
things I
a
like.
game show about trains, like, you'd be golden.
I mean, a game show with like a railway infrastructure aesthetic, I'd be absolutely down.
Yeah.
Is it the entrance to... fuck it. Like those
I'm not sure that
platforms?
roll is actually faster than walking.
I don't know either.
Yeah, we don't know. No tricky.
Howdy. I
Well, I should
have
probably
my
have the
food.
chat up or something, shouldn't I?
I'll mostly probably be silent so that my food doesn't go cold, but yeah, glad to see you here, George.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to be here to have at least one positive voice for this game.
I mean, there are things that I'm like, oh, you know, this has potential, and like I would have loved to see it if it had more time, or how it would have been
Oh, yeah, it definitely needed
If they-
more time.
if, you know,
Absolutely.
it didn't get the Nintendo order of like, oh, you had to pivot from everything and make this on a new console now.
Yeah,
Have fun.
Is this game
Oh,
after they
that's-
stopped doing the Nintendo seal of quality?
Oh, oof.
I don't know when that happened.
Um,
Or if it actually happened. I don't know.
I mean, but there's Pokemon Scarlet and are those
Well, yeah,
yours?
that definitely shouldn't
but-
deserve the
yeah.
seal. But,
Yeah.
I believe they changed it to just Nintendo official seal at one point. Seal of quality. It's like... In late 2003, Nintendo of America abandoned the of quality part of the seal's label, as by then consumers had come to understand that the presence of the seal did not indicate how good or bad an approved game was, and it's more that it like indicated, yeah, this passes like this won't wreck your
This
console.
this
It's physically
functions.
playable and completable, and that's about it. That's all it actually means.
Mm,
It doesn't mean this is a good game, because in a lot of cases they weren't.
yeah, because it was basically just there to be. This is not a bootleg.
Yeah.
Except that, you know, and it's good that they abandoned that because, you know, we had a bootleg recently on the Switch. That was fun.
Did?
Yeah, a couple years back there was that Cooking Mama game that got released.
Oh,
Oh, this is a whole like
Yeah,
that's a whole can of worms in itself.
yeah, but the court case kind of ended about it recently,
Yeah.
and it came down
This
on the
is-
sides of the owners of the Cooking Mama
Yeah.
label. Yeah, and basically, yeah, they've done it
There's a
completely
lot
without.
going on in that
They've done it.
situation.
They've done it without any approval at all, and they just released it.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were working on a Cooking Mama game, and then the license owners looked at it and went, "This looks terrible. Please don't."
Yeah.
And then they did, and they might have had
It's
something to
just
say
the one
about
that
that.
causes consoles to overheat rapidly.
Oh yeah, it can actually break your Switch.
Yeah. And there were rumors at one point that being like involved in a cryptocurrency mining thing, and I do not know how that turned out.
I think that was not true. It's just it was extremely badly programmed.
Yeah.
It
It's
was
like,
just
I don't know
terrible.
if that's better.
It was just terrible rather than malicious.
Like, ethically speaking, it's less bad that it's programmed badly, but also, like, why would you do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Also interesting is that during the whole "it was taken down" element, the devs released a suspiciously similar game
Hmm.
that just didn't have the license.
okay, give me a sec.
But yeah, this game must, by default, have came with the Nintendo official seal of quality before they changed the name of it. And again, they changed it just as an acknowledgement of, oh, right, this doesn't actually mean the game is necessarily good, it means it passes QA. and their QA isn't like, oh, we want the game to be like really refined and well made and stuff. It's, listen, don't break the console, don't like cause epileptic fits in kids, like don't like do the bare minimum to put out a game that functions
Like-
without killing people and we'll all be fine, okay?
Yeah. Does it harm the console or
Does
the
it harm
player?
the console? Does it harm
If
the
yes,
player?
it is not good.
And like the thing is, like, we're joking about this, but this is still important to
Oh
consider.
yeah, it's as you know, yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
And this does have to be checked,
Mhm.
and you have to be sure of it. But it's still absolutely ridiculous that that is a standard to which people are held. There's like it's not just taken as written. That
Yeah.
is the way it should be.
It's,
But
it's the same
you know,
way as
I've been behind the
FDA
curtain.
approved
I
food
understand.
is like not necessarily, oh, this is good and delicious and even healthy. It's this won't just immediately kill you.
Yeah, you won't die
Like,
if you do the things it says. You won't
Yeah,
be killed.
this works at least like somewhat as described.
Dramatic noises, even though we've done this place already.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, come here, Tricky.
Yeah, tricky.
Tricky, tricky, tricky.
Okay, if I remember, it's topmost that's the closest.
No.
You know what? I'm just gonna like just everything I've said is in here anyway, but it's like, yeah, the official Nintendo seal of quality was just like, that's what they called it to say, okay, these games work. Like all of the like Sega had their own like QA things, which is where you get some wild stories
No,
of
that's not right either.
You keep doing that one.
yeah.
Because this thing is
Oh,
confusing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, is it this
Uh,
one? Okay, that one.
Wait, that one?
And then
What's this one?
Is it mirrored? No, whatever.
I think
as long as you
I
remember
think that's
it.
the idea, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, so I do remember like one of the Nintendo magazines, I can't remember what they were called at the time, but they had like their letters page was, oh, it's the official Nintendo seal, and it's literally just a seal. Like that was their character, was it's the
There's a seal.
like, yeah, it was just a guy who was a seal, and he says, that's right, they put me on every game, like, just talk about how important I am. Yeah.
Okay, now it's saying the last Chica token well is in the same room as the teleporter. Oh, and I guess that's where I'm supposed to go. This thing.
Okay. Oh, and Psych 180 joined the Discord. Thanks for joining.
Oh, that's a cheat token well.
Oh yeah, that was in the Charlie while I was gone. My bad.
I'll give you a cheat token.
Yeah.
Another useless cheat token.
Yeah. So what like random piece of Star Fox lore are we gonna get out of this that is completely irrelevant?
Why was it in the
Why those count as cheats?
Why
I
does
hope it's a message from Star Fox's dad. They're Fox McCloud's dad, Mr. McCloud. I don't know.
think his name was
that's not
James?
needed to cite. I've got.
His name was James, and also the
Oh,
difference between
you're
him
right.
and Fox is that he wears sunglasses.
Okay, so
So his dad is way cooler.
Yes.
yeah, this game did have the official Nintendo seal of quality stamped on it, because it would have been before they stopped doing that. Which is, again, very funny that that's a thing that, like, is not at all inaccurate to say.
Save again.
Yeah.
Light steps, and I guess I'm supposed to jump from here? No. I forgot that.
Yeah, I did say, like, that this game was before they stopped doing the seal of quality, and, like, it passes QA in that it doesn't break the console, and it's, like, completable. Like, Xbox, I believe, had a similar certification, which is just, you have to be able to get all achievements, and that's it.
Look, you gotta understand something about the Nintendo seal of seal of quality. Superman 64 had the Nintendo seal of quality.
Yeah. God. Superman 64 is wild. Like, realizing how it ended up where, like, how we got that final product was just so much, like, executives saying, no, we can't have Superman punch people, so they can't be real people. We can't have Superman destroy buildings. That would be, like, set a bad example. That's not a thing he'd do. And it's like, okay.
At least we did kind of later get a Superman game worth a damn. It's just not a Superman game.
Well, we didn't get one from Titus Interactive.
No, we absolutely did not.
You will never. Okay, there were a handful of games they were involved in some capacity. You can go, oh, okay, maybe they can make good games. And you look at the rest of their library and go, oh, they can't. Those were flukes.
You know, I'm just going to take a quick look right now. I'm massively familiar with all of their work.
Yeah, so Titus were more of a name, like, in the era of the Amiga, which is why I know bits about them. Like, they even did have a mascot platformer at one point with Titus the Fox.
That was
Which was
actually
used in a version of another game, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's a handful of games they published that you're like, oh, wow, this was good, I can't believe they had a hand in it. It's like, oh yeah, they did none of the development.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Wait, this is listed. Wait, I was like, wait, Incredible Crisis is listed by them. Oh, they were just the publisher. Okay.
Yeah.
That game's great.
They
But,
weren't
yeah.
necessarily like, there were worse game companies out there, and they had the occasional one that they were involved in development with. It's like, oh, this is surprisingly okay. Superman 64 was not one of those. Like, people joke about, oh, the ring flying game, like, Superman is so bad because of that, and it's like, I know you've not played the game, because
There's much worse.
it gets worse.
There's much worse.
It only gets worse. Like, by the end of the second level, you're like, man, I missed the ring flying, and then you start flying through rings again, and you're like, oh no, wait, no, I don't. This also sucks. And, like, it's interesting because you can see how they arrived at the point where they made the game they did, which was through constantly being told, no, we can't have this in a Superman game, you need to go and take that out. And so just like, left them with two types of gameplay, both of which sucked.
What's interesting is, like, in an interview, one of the lead devs refers to the rings as, like, a practice mode.
Yeah.
Crap. Yeah, Proton
So,
John is still not finished.
Friend
their
of the
LCL.
stream, Haplo64, like, he's going through every N64 game that was released in English.
Poor
He got-
bastard.
Yeah, there are some real stinkers in there. He spent like 2 consecutive streams trying to get through Mario Party free, just because the
There's a
RNG in
lot
that game is
there.
cruel.
There's a lot there
The
as
single
well.
player
Takes a while.
campaign is like you can shorten it a lot. Actually, I think it's like 3 streams. It's like not short streams.
Yeah, I've
something
done
ridiculous.
full playthroughs of Mario Party games.
Yeah.
It is not a quick task.
It's not. It's also not good, and you have no control over if you win. Where was I?
I'm just gonna be like a bastion of bad opinions today, because I also like Mario Party.
Yeah,
Mario Party is
good.
it's
I love Mario
fun.
Party. It's
It's-
the nihilism game.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
Oh.
matters. Thumbs
nothing
up.
matters, and the universe is cruel and uncaring. And that's just what the game's about.
Nothing matters.
And I appreciate that. You just there have a party with some friends and someone wins. Doesn't matter who. Because it doesn't matter. Nothing you do matters.
Yeah, it's fun. You can win individual mini games. You will not have any influence over who wins the actual game. Anyway, as I was saying,
Yeah.
he played Superman 64, which thankfully is not that long a game, especially if you exploit, like, you can't get to the like true ending on easy mode, but it doesn't matter. You can get like most of the way there and then just switch to normal difficulty, and it's like, okay, I've skipped half the game. Like, what was it? Yeah, so at one point, like, he was playing a level, and I wish I'd clipped this because, like, I said in chat, wow, it's actually remarkable, like, how much that, like, this is a bad game, but it's held up in the way that we've not seen, like, any major show-stopping glitches. And then he stepped through level geometry and was looking at the level from outside and couldn't get back into it. It's like, oh, okay.
Oh, well, there we go.
And in trying to, like, use cheat codes to unlock the, like, you know what, just unlock the final level because it's not unlocking for some reason. He unlocked all levels and he looked at the, like, level select menu that came up and there were extra levels after that one. It's like, oh god, no, what? I found the secret levels of Superman 64.
Mm-mm.
And it's like, no, there wasn't. Those were the like dummy test levels they didn't remove, and there was no content there. It just puts you back in level 1. Yeah,
Well,
they're just
this is
blank, like default levels. It's like, oh, thank God, we thought that we were about to discover more of Superman 64.
Okay.
When you're blowing out all the candles on your cake. Anyway.
I'm worried about some games if some people want to play them. I mean, I was talking to you when I was trying to make Buck Bumble work,
Oh, Buck Bumble.
and it doesn't.
Basically, Buck
It just
Bumble.
does not work. It straight up doesn't.
Okay. Fucking have to wait for it to get done with its stupid animation, and then I can shoot it. But I can't shoot it right now because it wasn't done. Come on! Fucking hell. Fuck everything. This is a stupid puzzle. I'm assuming I have to take the lights out based on the colors. Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
So, what's good about this design?
Oh, no, nothing. I mean, it's... Alright, there's nothing particularly good about it. But it's just a matter of timing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, like, incomprehensible. It's just hard.
The thing is, we did
Yeah.
this earlier with, like, you didn't have to do the colors, though.
Yeah, this is later in the game. It's harder.
This is just a repeat. Just like how the Crusoda puzzle trial was a repeat of the strength trial by those Lightfoot guys, the Native American coded people who like just ugh.
Oh, you're talking about the little lizard guys, which should have been cooler because
Yeah.
I love little lizard guys, but no, yeah. And then the big, strong one that has abs and for some reason has a darker
Oh, you fucking
scale color,
fuck you.
which is weird. Also, what's going on here? Oh, you had to shoot the... Okay, I think I get it. Maybe?
Have to shoot them out based on the color they are.
Yeah, it seems to get faster as you...
Okay.
Okay, that's one. Oh, you fucker.
No. Rude.
I think it turns more.
It does, yeah, it turns more as you, as it goes along.
Yep. Also, I
As
think
you-
I
as
hear
you hit-
tricky sniffing, or that...
Yeah, that was tricky
Fogs.
sniffing.
Oh.
Fuck.
Oh. Oh. Oh, come on.
Fuck this stupid shit. This game sucks. Okay, that was my bad. Because it's just so hard to predict! Ah!
Yeah, the timing is weird. Especially since you had to account for the animation of it, like, moving. And then when the water finally
Oh,
falls down. Oh,
Oh, I
no,
got
there
it,
you
got
go.
it. Okay.
Did get it. But you ain't got much time, so...
yeah.
God, this sucks. Yeah, this sucks. I've already lost.
Well, I guess practice for next time.
Time to do slow climbing. Got it.
Do I want to color this in? Yeah, of course I do. Is it-
Didn't get it.
Oof, just missed.
Oh, wizards and their terrible puzzles.
Wizard presents at you with a real curse. Yeah, that's going
Oh.
too fast.
Yeah, no. This timing's so weird. What? Oh, okay.
Nope, I missed.
Thankfully, you have time to get it.
Doing like 180s now. Or not. Ah.
Ah!
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
it's
no, it did
not
it.
a- Oh, what? It
Yeah.
count. Alright.
It counted.
Okay. And then block puzzle, but this one's easy.
Right.
Oh, I guess that.
Did Prince Tricky just get lost in this room?
Yeah, he said where we're going.
Hate him.
We're going to make him take a bath soon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So feeling motivated to draw for once, so I'm just drawing something stupid.
Nice.
It's very, like, kind of sketchy style to it, too.
Alright, that unlocked that.
Oh, those cute little buns that we can only have one of.
I could get the upgrade for more, but
Yeah, not really worth
also,
it. Other
man,
than
they really did run out of dev time around here, huh? Because they're reusing old
Not
maps.
Not every game like is developed in a linear order, so not necessarily like oh, the last level of this game sucks, we must have ran out of time at the end. But sometimes you can tell, yes, they did run out of time at the end of this game.
I'm looking at you, Dark Souls 1.
Yep.
oh, absolutely.
Big pool of lava filled with dragon asses. Yeah, great. Wonderful level design.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So it's
They have
like
the fucking
six.
beta chaos.
Star Fox 64 remake where you need to solve some push block puzzles before you get to Andross's underground lair.
Oh god, that'd be funny. Especially if it was like a fan game or something. Solve my block pushing puzzles, Star Fox! Shouts Andross from his lair.
What do you mean, we?
Mission complete. What's going on? We've placed all the spell stones.
There must be more to it, Fox. Since you left Walled City, I've been studying your mission, and I've noticed there's something hidden at the top of that huge temple. It looks like a Krazoa shrine entrance.
Oh yeah, I could have told you that.
Oh, come on.
Thanks,
Should've.
shitbag.
You didn't.
But you didn't. God damn it, Tricky.
Do I need to feed him anymore?
Nope, he's just the size of a house.
Oh, scripts where people just know information but decide not to tell you.
Let me out.
They don't really have any reason. Or he's lying. It's like, oh, I could have told you that. But he didn't
True.
actually know.
Yeah. Still, I just reminded of the bigger purse or the bigger wallet. That's like
Oh,
the,
yeah.
I've been keeping this just in case you needed it, and it's like, you could have given us this earlier.
Yep.
Now I need to do the maze for the fucking useless ass cheat tokens.
Yeah.
Love those. Love having the credits as a cheat.
Yeah.
It's like they heard the story about, oh, I am now authorizing the use of the various suit. Oh, God.
I am unauthorized use of the various suit.
Yeah, no,
Get
that,
you
is,
typewriter.
that is so much worse than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot worse than this.
Ideologically, that's a worse game.
Yeah.
Like, it might play
It's
better,
just-
but no.
Yeah, the
No,
thing I
it's
heard,
like-
it does play pretty like
You just-
well. Like it is a Team Ninja game.
If you ignore everything
thing
that
is-
they added to the game, it's
The thing is, it's a Team
Playable.
Ninja game. But the bad news is, it's a Team Ninja game.
I mean, the real bad news is that one of the original writer or like developers for like Metroid was like, oh, people like Fusion, but that I didn't work on, but I'm gonna show them what Metroid's really all about. And he was like one of the like lead writers for it, and that's why we
yeah,
have
it
the baby
explains so
and
much,
Adam.
the baby.
And it's like, wow, that sucks. Like, you tell me you're a cool badass bounty hunter who like, who takes missions from the Federation, but isn't like
baby.
a soldier of the Federation. Like has to like is just so devoted to Adam and got the whole thing of
Authorize
oh,
the
I'm
various
authorized.
suit, raise it to glory.
And he only authorizes it
Yeah,
after
after you've been through the giant lava section.
Yeah,
drains your health.
Yeah, basically, informed, no, you've got to roast alive.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like, yeah, okay, you can not do that now. Thanks. Like,
This is
if
quick.
anything was remotely sensible, she would have just used it anyway.
Hmm.
Because
Anything that was
it's
remotely
there.
sensible, you could have killed him. He would have been the villain.
You should kill Adam from Metroid. No. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna do something with stream art, and it is going to be stupid.
yeah, that entire section kind of me was. Samus decides roasting alive is fine because a man told her to.
Oh no, I forgot to hang on.
I
I'm
hate
gonna
that. I hate
delete
that a lot.
it. So like, man, this looks wrong because, yeah.
And that's why nearly everything is better than Metroid Other M.
Yeah.
Sykes is quite right.
There are things that are not. But, you know, those are rare.
Yeah.
Fox, something is not right. The walled city has not yet returned to the planet. My husband is still stuck up there. You did return all of the spell stones.
Of course, but wait, the spirits. They must have something to do with it.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you were already told
Without
that,
all the
Fox.
spirits,
Okay.
magic cannot be channeled back into the planet.
Your boss said to return to the walled city. There must be a shrine we've yet to find.
You have the high-def display device from the store. Eh.
Come back with
I'll get that in
I really like the shopkeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've talked about this before, but like, the haggling thing is a cool, like, oh, that's a nice flavor thing, and in practice, you're never gonna use it.
You say that, but I always bargained down. Every time. And sometimes she told me to go out. And then I'd come back later and try again.
There we are.
I just love that she can get so frustrated with you that she throws you out of the store.
Yeah. If only, like, real customer service and, like, retail jobs let you do that.
Well, you can do it when you are the sole
Well,
owner,
you're the sole
of-
proprietor, yeah.
sole proprietor.
Star Fox Adventures. At least you're not playing Metroid Other M. I mean, the girl character just gets crystallized for the whole game. The fact that the
Yeah.
sun uses Nessa misses a chance to get scarabs. You see this. Okay, how much is this? Sure, why not?
you pay this much.
You pay
must
that
store-
smart.
Sell it to you.
I was about to say like, oh, maybe you should haggle, but like you have like 150.
God,
scarabs,
what's
so,
the
like,
point
whatever.
now? It's like,
At
what
this
are we gonna
point, you got
do
so
with
much
the
money,
money?
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really. Gosh,
It's
I,
like, you
no,
can haggle
A
for
ball!
maps and save 2 scarabs.
Sell it to you.
'Cause he's selling them for 5, and he's like, I'll accept 3.
Yeah, he'll just get angry at you if you say one. But God, no, I also want to see an RPG with like haggling like this though, because I feel like or maybe like your total price for buying whatever. Like I said that
I
before,
mean-
but it would also be fun if you haggle like how haggling usually works of when you're about to pay for the damn thing. Of like, know what, like.
Yeah,
Like,
most
no,
of the time I see haggling done in games by like you having some sort of haggling skill, and it just automatically reduces prices by an amount, which isn't at
Yeah.
all how haggling works.
Yeah, you're so good at haggling, they just give you the stuff for free.
It's like, oh, I can't be bothered arguing with you.
No, it doesn't
Haven't
have a
seen it.
sexy
Haggling ability.
that. It's like if you're
Oblivion
sexy, they're like,
has-
"Oh, it sure, I'll let you buy that for like a nickel, whatever. Sure, please stop by my shop again. I'm so." Like, I don't know. Like, you just automatically reduce
It's a
price.
rare feature called Stop and Shop.
Oblivion
to
has
stop
like a
doing
haggling
shop.
thing.
Kind of?
It's not done well, but it is there.
It's not, yeah, it's not,
It does exist. So
yeah.
I haven't actually played the Xbox 360, the Xbox ports of Banjo-Kazooie. I haven't actually checked out the stop and swap now that it functions.
Yeah, it finally has the Nintendo seal of quality. By doing the
it
bare
works.
minimum to function.
I actually
says, I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Saria.
Saria.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the only store.
It really is.
Yeah, therefore it's their favourite.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be if it's the only one.
Yeah. But oh yeah, I was gonna say I actually streamed the Banjo-Kazooie's the Xbox version, and they were fun.
Well, they were
appreciate
Banjo-Kazooie. They were going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Banjo
They are
Kazooie.
fun, wonderful games.
Banjo-Tooie kind of gets my goat a little bit because it feels like a lot of the power-ups just sort of exist as like, oh, you now have the key to get this very specific thing, and there's not much else you can really do with this power-up. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
weird, obscure uses of powers that seem useless, but they are mostly useless.
Yeah.
I did like that you kept all your abilities from the first game immediately. You
Yeah.
didn't just lose them all.
That was really fun.
And
honestly.
it managed to keep adding things without, like, somehow having more buttons.
Yeah, that is impressive. I only wish that things were like. I honestly would have liked like a little bit fewer new power-ups, but more attention to them
Yeah, that
to
would've
like
been-
make them
that would've been fine.
explore their the design space with them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they are.
and like get some more system. Trying to learn how to master them more. But yeah, it was overall like a fun time, and I did love getting all the stop and swap stuff and being able to. I forget if this cheat was part of it, but
Cheetah, I think, was already
Kazooie?
in the
Oh
original.
yeah, Cheetah's already in there, but I know
Yeah.
being able to get Dragon Kazooie and get like the fireball. I like for the fire eggs are like infinite, getting like homing eggs.
Yeah. Anyway, I've posted something in stream art.
Oh boy.
Mario Party.
Oh, I love that. Nothing in the life matters.
Nothing in life matters. Nothing in life matters. Yahoo! You have to do a really obnoxious Toad voice, and I can't do it.
I don't think I can either. I think I'd destroy my throat trying.
Yeah.
Do it by choice.
Oh, God, no. I can't maintain that for more than a millisecond. The moment I tried to do a single syllable, my throat just decided no.
Okay, gotta.
God.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, mostly that I haven't been drawing anywhere near as much as I did, like, well, when our stream times didn't conflict with BB Gun Show. Because that used to be the time I did all of my drawing, even if I wasn't necessarily drawing fan art for it. I don't know. Something about the vibe is different. Like,
Oh, okay.
guesting on a stream needs more of my attention, so I can't do that most of the time.
We will discuss Falco later.
Discuss Falco. Is
Oh,
Falco also the size of a house?
Sure, why not?
Tragically not.
Yeah.
But apparently, if I get the
Yeah.
5th spirit, I'm automatically put into the end game. So
Oh yeah, is Falco not in this game? Like, has he? Because the others have all been here.
we'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah.
Where are you going? Bye. This is like the only time you have to revisit one of those places.
Mhm.
You don't do anything else
It's
with it.
Metroidvania now.
No, it's not. Don't ever say
No,
that again.
it's really not.
It's really not.
Don't imply this game's going to get
Alignment chart. Locking yourself out of your house is a Metroidvania.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, you don't find like another. You have to like call up like a locksmith or something, or maybe another family member, or like roommate comes by
Or
with
chop
the
down
key.
your door.
That'd be bad. Don't do that.
Well, you
That costs
locate
so much
someone
money.
else who has the key.
I already mentioned that with.
Or it turns
Locks
out one
with
of
a
your
roommate.
windows was unlocked and you didn't need to chop down the door.
That,
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be the adventure game.
Yeah, you need
I've
to
never
like,
locked myself
go
out
up,
of my
you need to-
house, but
like get to a
like-
platform mirror up a window and then
yeah,
get in that way.
like, yeah. The
I don't have any
Gunfield
experience
chat
with getting
did
into locked buildings. I don't know what you're
experience
talking
me
about.
like saying, yeah, I've kind of like one of the doors in my flat just jammed shut. Like the latch is now just locked in place, and I don't know why. I never did find out why. I think the mechanism's just broken. Yeah. Because, like, the doors in this place tend to stick, and I'm like, oh yeah, because this place also has a mold problem if you don't pay constant attention to it. So it's
Oh,
probably
no.
like air moisture doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Which is, like, unpleasant to think about, but it's like, okay, that's... Sure. I do literally live in a house built on a swamp.
One step closer to shrinkification. Sorry, that was dumb. But
Site says, I noticed Slippy, Peppy, and General Pepper are icons in the menu, but not Foxy's boyfriend Falco. That seems unfair.
it absolutely is unfair. They were
Typing
like,
Foxy's boyfriend Falco into Google and immediately finding your fanfiction.
God. But also, I want to say, Rare decided not to put Falco because they're homophobic. I mean, look at Banjo-Tooie and Jolly Rogers Bay. Which, man, that's like I was streaming it. Like, oh, this level has some fun stuff going on, I guess. And then it's like talking to Jolly Roger, like, oh, and seeing the menu in the bar. I'm like, oh.
Also, that level
Oh.
just kind of sucks. It's mostly water
You have to
level and
oxygen.
Yeah,
you
it's
have to
a
oxygenate the
water
water
level.
with the power of the sun. I mean, you got to be a submarine if you got the transformation, which is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it was funner to operate as a submarine and to shoot everything with torpedoes
Yeah.
and using its weird sonic blast or whatever.
Well, looks
Wow.
into your future.
Your future. Fox, you will not be in any good games after this
There's
one.
sorrow
This is-
ahead.
this is
That's quite accurate. There's no
Close
good
friend
games
does
to
not
come.
have much time left. It'll
Oh,
be
no.
hard to accept, but you
Falco.
will grow. Oh my god! You
Wait,
will
that was
grow.
a cheat?
Why are there humanoid statues in this planet populated by talking dinosaurs? This used to be human planet, but they all died when a meteor struck, and dinosaurs evolved to fill that niche.
This is the star system otherwise populated by furries.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a galaxy, but yeah, the whole galaxy is populated by furries, except for
Yeah.
the scaly planet.
Yeah, I
which-
will accept precognition as cheating, because it is cheating.
And also that
You
didn't
shouldn't know
really-
the future.
Yeah, it didn't really tell us anything.
Yeah,
That's
like,
unfortunately the gift of
It's
prophecy.
Why are these
It's
cheats?
completely useless, but you
Like,
shouldn't
what
have
is cheating about them? Like,
I don't know.
no, I wish they
These
got
should be.
rid
They
of
should
like.
be. They should have been more like the Cheeto pages,
Yes.
where you literally
Yeah.
get a genuine cheat.
if it's
Or
like,
a
you
upgrade.
get that, and then it's like, increased, like, ammo capacity by some amount, it's like, oh, okay.
How nice. You
Yeah,
in
or like
reality
no fault.
That
decide
would
you have
become
more ammo than you
a
do.
cheat, and also do the thing that they're trying to do, which is, I will tell you vague and non-specific things about the lore. Here's a message from your father, Fox. Somehow, you'll never like acknowledge this or have anything to say.
This is literally nothing.
The prophecy that's about nothing.
It's a
And
prophecy
that's
about nothing.
Shout out to the fact that the synth bass that they use for that is the same in like Mega Man X, the first one. And someone making a mashup, or not really a mashup, just like I think it was a mashup. It was like the Seinfeld theme, but with like the Mega Man X instrumentation. So good. No, it's like, take Tricky to Gerudo Valley to do the mounted archery minigame for a bigger quiver. Yeah? God, I hated the second version of... I could do the first one
So,
back when I was playing it, but the second version of... Like, the requirement was too high for
Yeah.
me. It's like, I wasn't willing to devote that much time
so
to
me and
memorizing.
George recently streamed like Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and like there's a minor quality of life like improvement that if you get the high score, like if you get the second of the high scores in Gerudo Archery, like you get both the prizes. You don't need to go and do it again for the worst prize. And it's a lot of similar little things like that. It's just
Yeah, there was a lot
very
of nice
funny that
little things.
if you do it perfectly the first time, you don't get both prizes.
Yeah, you normally
Yeah.
normally you get the worst one first, even if you get the good.
On behalf
Now do it again.
I thank you for returning the spellstones to their rightful place.
For what good it did? If you didn't notice, you're still stuck up here in this floating rock.
I mean, all planets are floating rocks.
Scales caused our
Mhm.
planet to tear apart. Returning the stones has stopped the flow of magic energy, but only
And he's
by the
sitting in the
power of the
fucking
crystal
mouth.
spirits will the
Fox,
floating lands
are you just
return.
into this?
Seems like we both have our reasons for finding the last of the spirits. The queen said I could find one here in the city. So where is it?
The spirit will be revealed once both the sun and moonstones are returned to
Oh,
the
that's what
Okay.
those are.
Oh, I thought they were... No, okay, I guess we didn't return those to the temple
Yeah.
yet. Okay. That's
okay,
it, though.
I
This is
hope
still
these crates
better.
aren't sacred. Time to destroy them.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you're like, oh, I thought the game would be, like, ending, like, real soon. But then again, this is still better than Final Fantasy V, where it's like, okay, we're going to have an assault on...
This
You know,
stuff
the
better than
Dark
Final Fantasy
Overlords.
V.
Oh, it's not better than, but it's better in the term of... It's probably better than like, things actually ending, instead of, like, okay, we're doing the assault on the Dark Overlord's base. Demon Overlord's base, let's go, let's beat the game. Like, oh no, the game's still going. Oh, okay. And then it keeps doing that for a while, and then the game... like, I mean, the game does end on, like, an actual... What?
Nope, that didn't
Okay.
work. That's not
the game
South.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game does actually like end like satisfyingly. From what I remember, but it does like last a bit until like you can actually beat the game.
Do you think the revelation of magic and spirits existing changed the religion or culture of the Lilac system? No.
God. I forgot. No, yeah, I think I might have considered that at one point earlier on the stream, but I forgot to say anything about it. Oh yeah, like magic is real now, but like they're just not
Magic
anymore
is real.
because
But only
of,
magic for K at the end.
I was
It
about
has
to
to
say
have
like
a bunch of J's and G's.
I
and
mean, you know,
Y's.
maybe there's just some wizards now.
I mean,
Not like
technically,
that.
there were already wizards. We had to do the quest to get possessed by the wizard spirits. To drop
No, but I
them
mean,
off
after
in
this,
Bristol.
like the existence of magic is acknowledged, and then there's just wizards in
Yeah,
general
just-
in space.
Oh God, they've made Star Wars.
I mean, really.
So, there's a thing that, like, because I'm, like, I joke about being, like, ridiculously old, that I'm, like, turning 33 literally next week. So I'm not, like, that old.
Happy birthday.
Don't. It's bad luck to wish me, you know, a happy birthday on days that aren't my birthday. It makes it an unbirthday.
Happy
Oh.
birthday.
Don't look that up. Anyway. No, what was I saying? Damn, I've forgotten what I was actually saying. That was old for. What were we talking about before that I got derailed by making some other joke?
I don't know.
Wizards. Then oh no, this becomes Star
Wizards.
Wars.
Oh no, it's Star
Oh
Wars.
yeah, Star Wars. That was it. Sorry, I got
I mean,
distracted there.
Star Wars
Star
kind of
Wars.
already is a little bit Star Wars. Really.
Like, the thing about Star Wars is, it turns out a lot of my friends being, like, even just a couple of years younger than me means, oh, I've not seen Star Wars. It's like a surprisingly common thing, because, yeah. It's meant to be, like, modern Star Wars stuff is nostalgia for people my age or older, but I have, like, not enough nostalgia to actually want to watch any of them.
Yeah. And also, Psych 180. You turn 33. You're basically a baby rabbit. Well, check this out.
Yeah,
I'm still like in my 20s.
yeah.
That like
Sykes is
still
a
not 30
couple
yet.
of years older than me.
Oh wait, I did that wrong. Block puzzles.
Weird block. I'm not 100% sure of the rules, to be honest.
They seem to stop immediately when they hit the target area, but you have to
Oh,
actually
yeah.
slide it the target area. And
And
if it hits
also,
the
if they
wall,
hit the
that's it.
walls, it resets.
Well, can they hit other blocks? 'Cause,
Yes,
like-
they can sit. They can stop by other blocks.
Oh, okay. Then this is all right. Then, do you want help, Dark, or you're good? Or I
Yeah.
think you should be good. All right, yeah.
Oh no,
Oh,
I
okay.
fucked up.
Fuck. Fuck. Okay,
It's
never
just
mind.
like,
I didn't realize that
one of,
the spacing was
like
weird.
one of my younger friends is writing like a fanfic for a like sci-fi game, and it's like I'm making some offhand like Star Wars reference, and they just go, "Huh, I don't get it." They're like, "Oh yeah, you've not actually seen Star Wars. Not everyone has seen it."
Not everyone should see it. It's me, this
Yeah.
person who used to be a big
To
Star
be
Wars
fair,
fan.
the original trilogy, like, you cannot deny their influence on, like,
So much.
just sci-fi as an entire genre. It's their foundational works. You can say, oh, it's not actually as good as it's cracked up to be, but it was really the first, like, really huge phenomenon of its type, and it like redefined sci-fi and movies. Oh no, zoom in.
God, the fact that it does that after you zoom in your camera so that you're just blinded by it.
Yeah.
Ah!
Danger sacrifice of going blind by staring
It's
at
like-
the sun.
It's like looking at an Elder Scrolls, except they lied to you, Fox. They
Yeah.
used you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These
but
rich people used you this whole time.
damn.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to talk a bit more about Star Wars, like another thing about it is that it was the first summer blockbuster. Like, my dad has told me that in like a town in Honduras, like for years, I think probably like I don't know if still to this day, but like you know, I think still in like the 2020 like or late 2010s or whatever, like people like this one movie theater was just kept playing like the original New Hope like every Sunday. They would just do a
Yeah.
screening of it because they were like, "Yo, this kicks ass," and it's like, know what? Even though I honestly think there's a lot to criticize about Star Wars, like the editing and like the pacing of like the original trilogy does kick so much ass. Like even like I remember reading someone once saying like even if you don't like it, like oh man I hate this, but like why do I want to watch it again? And it's like the pacing's real good, the editing's real good. It's just it does a good job of being real damn entertaining
Mhm.
and like being you know getting you caught up in the getting you emotionally invested in like the characters and you know
Yeah.
fight against the Empire and all that. Like it did some good stuff.
Sykes says, original trilogy, brackets, Rick Trig, were fine. Prequel trilogy is awful. Sequel trilogy is worse. 2D for Clone Wars miniseries is great. Jedi Fallen Order is very good combo of Metroidvania and Souls-like. The rest of Star Wars also exists.
Have you played KOTOR?
Yeah,
the
KOTOR.
Old
I hear
Republic?
KOTOR is good, and I know a couple of people who will just talk about, oh no, KOTOR is great, it does everything perfectly, and it's like, I've never actually managed to get far enough into it to care.
It's really good. It is really, really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I prefer
I've
the
heard
second
it's
one.
based on the-
I'm not like that's not a. I don't think that's a massively popular opinion, but
I know it's based on the D20. There was a D20.
it was based on the
version
D20
of the-
system. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a tabletop game for
Hmm.
Star Wars, which I guess makes sense to make it into a RPG like that. Then.
Like they were very different. The two games had a very different feel to them. One was certainly a lot more pessimistic. The second one. But like the second one was written by people who admittedly didn't like Star Wars. But
Nice.
instead of just using it to shit all over Star Wars, they went, here are the things we are criticizing about Star Wars. And that did it, and they did that really well, actually.
Nice.
It's just like, okay, we don't like these things, but let's explore that. Let's explore why we don't like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a hole.
A big hole.
Hole. God.
Oh.
Shout out to that one. Oh, okay. I still need to watch Dorohedoro, but there's that one scene where like two characters are like, they find like a tourist shirt of like the local town or whatever, and it just says "I heart hole." Because the city that they're in is called Hole. That's it. There's no title or subtitles, just Hole. So
It's
instead
like,
of like I love
you
New-
could
I
sell
Heart
that
New York-
t-shirt for real, and so many people would buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sykes says, I've started playing KOTOR multiple times and keep falling off. I think I keep wanting it to be Proto Mass Effect. Instead it keeps being Star Wars? Dunno, maybe I'll finish it someday.
Yeah, it's got more in common with
Yeah.
it's got more in common with Neverwinter Nights than Mass
I don't
Effect.
particularly care about Star Wars lore at all. Like at this point.
Well,
completely
that was another
indifferent to
thing
it.
that was pretty neat. It doesn't really matter about the rest of it for KOTOR. because they explicitly just put it in a period where there wasn't anything written,
Yeah, and that's
and they
fine.
just went, "Well, this is our time now. We'll do this."
Yeah.
So they didn't have to worry about it.
It's like when people go, you know what? Sure, we're giving, like, here's a Sith with a free bladed lightsaber. Here's like something that shouldn't be a Jedi that we just said, you know what? It has Jedi powers now. Who cares? Han
Yeah,
Solo
like, did you
marries a giant otter. Why
Yeah,
not?
like there was that series a little while ago of them letting Japanese animation studios go get at Star Wars and do what they wanted with it, and Tezuka got at it.
Oh,
And we basically got Jedi Astro Boy
yeah.
Nice.
out of that, and it was rad.
Yeah.
There was so many good things in that series.
I need to watch the rest of it. I only somehow saw like the first 2 episodes. Like each segment is like only like 12 minutes long. or
yeah,
something.
they're quite
And,
short.
Like, God, I don't want to spoil the first.
No.
One, the second one is real good, and it doesn't really have any spoilers or whatever. But it's like
Yeah.
there's a band, right? Where
Oh
it's, like,
yeah, the band.
the lead singer was one of the Padawans who
Yeah.
like
My soul
had to run away.
is suffering.
Yeah,
And,
but it's not really about the Jedi at all. It's about this band.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, and like one of the band members is like a son or something for like Jabba the Hutt, and like they're trying to get
Yeah.
like the
They're just trying to
their
get
friend
big-
back, and they had
Yeah.
to do it with the power of rock. And I
Okay.
fucking love stories about like the power of music or whatever. And the song was
Yeah.
actually really fun, and the animation was fun, and it's like it did a lot of cool things.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Which it's definitely worth watching. Also, shout out to repurpose lightsaber microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It was so fun. But yeah, the first one
Wow.
is really good because it's like, what if, like, hey, here's a short story about a samurai fighting some like raiders. and
Yeah, because you know how
being
like
read by a
Star
Sith.
Wars was kind of heavily based on like Kurosawa films.
Mm-hmm.
They just that first one just leans massively into that,
It's
and
so
literally
good.
and goes even further into that aesthetic. And going, yeah, this is an old samurai film. Have a go.
Yes, Simber.
And like, I'm trying to remember.
And there's this whole Sith civil war and thing going on in the background, and yeah, it was really just deciding going, here's Star Wars, do what you want with it, was a good idea. How about that?
Yeah, letting people
Yeah.
try out new things that, and just
They gave
yeah, it's
one
good.
of the other ones is by Studio Trigger.
Oh,
They
I
just
hate
went
those guys.
absolutely bananas. Oh yeah, no, they're not good guys. Thankfully, they didn't do anything awful.
Yeah, no, what? I still need to watch Little Witch Academia because everything
I need
I've
to
seen
watch
about
that too.
looks so good.
I do.
'Cause
Yeah.
I love the short film that they made for it originally. And then seeing some other stuff, it's like, oh, this is actually like really cool, really fun. I know I've mentioned it before, and I will keep mentioning it. Of like, okay, I'm forgetting her name, but like the protagonist joining up with like some strikers because like some of the monster employees or whatever aren't being like paid enough, and so she's like out there in the picket line with them, and like I think the rich girl
Yeah,
comes to
okay.
like try to tell her to like stop or whatever, and she just like starts chanting against her because like I think they're calling her like a bureaucrat or some like aristocrat or something.
Hmm.
And I'm like, know what? More shows need to have their kind of
Oh,
goofy
fuck.
character be like, actually, no, we have to work. I must work alongside with the rights of the workers.
Yeah.
Like, like, oh no! I just now remembered something. Kind of like silly in Chainsaw Man, the in the manga, like the protagonist. He's a man who's heavily in debt, you know, really like poor and working. And like I know there's a scene where he's like in a bathtub, like now that he has a job as like contracted devil hunter or whatever, where
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like
I
in
did,
the bathtub slapping the side of it, singing loudly. And it's like union job, do, pay time off, or something like that, and someone's telling him to like shut up because he's singing
Yeah.
too loudly. But in the anime, that's not in there. He's just in the tub, but he's not singing anything, and it's like wow, it's like when they said they weren't gonna censor any of the violence, censor anything.
Yeah.
They only meant the violence, huh?
We're not
But
going to censor anything aside from the pro-union,
Union
like,
stuff.
gods.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there are I've seen like fans who go, "Oh, actually, he didn't say anything about union. He was
Totally
saying
did.
this like unrelated thing in Japanese." And it's like, you don't know any Japanese, do you? Because that's Japanese for union. It's the
Yeah.
kind of thing of the like people going, "Oh, well, I haven't found anything about long COVID in like the news of like other countries that don't speak English. It must just be something that liberals have made up." And it's like, my dude, have you tried searching for what they call it instead?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
languages
morally
are
okay.
not always the same.
Amazingly, media in other languages is in other languages.
Yeah,
Is morally okay to bully anime nerds.
it is morally okay to bully anime nerds.
I mean, that kind of goes for like nerds in general, because like, man, how many?
Like, there are specific
God.
types of anime nerds, and you
Ah,
know what I'm
fuck.
talking about. Time to go in the hole.
I heart hole.
At least it puts you right back here.
I'm not
Yeah.
editing Fox be wearing an I Heart Hole t-shirt,
No
but you
one-
know he would. Like on
He
his
would.
days off.
Yeah.
Like, that's business casual at best.
Is Cass Frog.
I'm sorry. Could you not jump?
So I take it you're supposed to like walk on the ones that aren't directly against the fence until it's lowers down and then just run. Like,
It's like when you hit them, they start falling.
yeah, so you need to like
Fuck.
be on other ones for as much. Just keep moving around for each row, not advancing basically until they start
Yeah.
falling.
Do weird serpentine movements.
Serpentine,
fall through the
serpentine,
hole.
they're near, they're nearby.
Yeah. Keep moving. Never stop moving. Prince of a
Nice.
thousand enemies. If they find you, they will kill you. If they
first
catch you,
they
they will
have to
kill
find
you. That's it. Anyway,
Of course, the bun girl knows.
I've never actually seen Watership Down.
Neither have I. God,
I'd say I
like it's
should,
really
but like,
interesting.
this is
Um,
not a good
boy.
time for me to watch Watership Down.
Yeah.
Is there ever a good time? It's
I mean,
Yeah.
is it just something you have to, if you want to ever like engage with it, you just gotta
It's like
do it. You
Grave
just
of the
gotta force yourself-
Fireflies. I hear it's a classic, but I don't. Like, I think I
I've
need to be in
watched
a
it.
particular
It was
mental
a
state
bit
to be able to
harrowing to
watch
do.
it.
Yeah.
if you watch that, you are not going to have a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's intentional.
Oh yeah, that's very much what it
Like-
is.
Got it.
Nice.
God, I just love this janky door animation. Just folds. Okay, now Faces of the Moon.
Yeah, this one made more sense than the previous one.
The phases of the sun.
Yeah, it's
I
like
love the Faces
times
of
of
the
day, and it's like a bit more abstract, so I can get why that's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
that said, I'm just suddenly remembering that there are places on this planet Earth that get, like, for winter, there's just no sun. It's just darkness for like 30 days.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then like summer, it's like, oh, it's just like,
There's places where you don't have
All
the
the
sun
sun.
for like 6 months.
oh yeah, that's like 6 months. That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
of.
There are some 30-day ones, but yeah.
Yeah. Terrifying. No, I think
Yeah,
there's
I
a
would not
vampire
have a good
movie
time
set in like
that.
Alaska, based on that, where it's like a part of Alaska does get like no sun for 30 days or something, or like there's 30 days left until the sun actually comes and there's like vampires in the town.
30 Days of Night.
Yeah. I never seen it, but I remember growing up like, oh, that seems
I've
interesting,
read it.
but never putting. Oh, it's a book, or
It was
probably
originally
based on a book.
it was originally a comic book.
Ah,
I've read that. I've no idea what the film's like.
Yeah.
fair.
Where the walls fade, time is your only
Speaking of comic books, I think the next season of Doom Patrol is coming out soon.
Nice.
And it's like, that's mostly been like a really good adaptation. Like, I've talked about it before. There's like, there's a lot going on with Doom Patrol, and it's like, it's a comic that has been running on and off, like, since before the X-Men started. It may in fact be the prototypical, oh, team of mutants, like, trying to, like, solve weird, like, issues with other weird superpowered enemies, and it's like, what they ended up doing though was just kind of have every member of the team is from a different decade. It's like, yeah, here's a character who became immortal in the 50s, and here's another one who, like, for other reasons also became immortal in the 60s, and they're all, like, living together at, like, in the modern day, and it's just like, that's a neat way to handle having, like, so much anachronistic stuff in it. Is just going, you know what, we're just like baking that into the setting now.
Okay, for some reason Steam decided to give me a booster pack right now.
God, I wish I could just switch off, like, the whole Steam, like, card thing. It's like, I don't want these, I never care about getting them. And there's no way
Yeah.
to switch them off.
And like selling them gives you like
Selling
1
them
or
is,
2p.
gives you
one.
so little, like, I wish I could just go, you know what, just don't give me any of them. They're like, oh no, it drives up engagement, or it, like, there are people who collect them, and you got to have a full collection, and like, I do not know a single person who collects them. And I know a lot of people.
I mean,
Who
sometimes
uses
I
them?
like making the badges out of them. If I get them.
Badges? What?
Yeah, if
I
you get a
don't
full
even know.
set, you can trade them in.
Yeah, I've never been that invested in that. I guess achievements just aren't for me either. They're not a thing I care about in games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things where I'm like, I'm not really the intended target audience for this, I guess. Because it's like, I don't care about, like, being top of the leaderboard or having all the achievements or anything. And I know there are gamers that do.
There are certainly gamers that care about that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm supposed to go to the
Circling
main...
top of the pagoda.
Once you got
That's
both
his weird
stones, go to the
fiction.
back of the main temple and place the sunstone on the sunstone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there. That's where.
Oh, and then you're gonna have to climb up again.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. sun. Okay.
The same music cue. Kind of.
Yeah, did they expect you to go and put them in there, like, to do the sun one and then go
And then
back
drop
for
it
the
off and
moon
then go
one? And then
back
it's like,
and- yeah,
oh,
no,
this is.
people don't do that.
like, people don't do that. Why would you do that? And so you just end up with the same music cue like 5 seconds apart. And I know I've talked about the sound design too much for this game. It's something that so distinctly lacks polish.
It's true, sound design is important.
Yeah.
Like, it adds a lot to a game. And to have it not be great is not great. Like, there's artistic potential that is lost.
Oh, I was about to say, KOTOR 1's pacing is kind of bad for the first major place you go to.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like you spend like a fourth of the game there.
Yeah.
You're on Terrace for a long time, and you don't get any Jedi powers till you've gone left there.
And also, you shouldn't level up past 3, 4.
Absolutely, you should not. To be fair, I'd recommend not leveling up at all, unless you're going for a skills build.
Yeah.
Thankfully, the second game you start as a Jedi class immediately.
But you have other characters who can become Jedi, so. Yeah.
So, are we at the end of the game yet?
Close.
Ah.
Yeah.
Completely nonchalant.
Stop
Never
dropping
being
the
on fire.
road.
Oh.
Yep.
I think I missed a button.
Fox holding out the staff, but there's a marshmallow at the end of it, and he's roasting it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
That
button.
is.
Damn it.
Can you
I'm gonna
see
shoot it from
that?
there.
Just shoot it from there.
Yeah. Kind of pointless.
Just shoot it with your good old staff.
Fire button holding the old gain up for a long time. Yeah, this is. Oh! I tried to get the magic thing. And I canonically died.
Canonically dying. This is just what happens to Star Fox. Like, he's not in any games after this. He just canonically dies here.
And there's no games.
There's no other games.
What about Assault? No other games!
Yeah. God.
I never played that DS one.
I haven't played Assault. I heard
So-
it wasn't terrible, but
The thing
Well,
is,
that's
like,
not me. That doesn't necessarily mean
believe
it's
Crystal is in Assault as well, unless I'm like
Yeah.
remembering
she's
something wrong.
in there. Yeah.
And almost by default, she's gonna have more screen time in that game than this one.
Yeah. Very likely.
Yeah,
She
she
meant
gets
to have
shafted in there.
she meant to have more in this game, but then Nintendo said no.
Yeah. It's trying to attack the spirit.
They should be attacked. They are wizards.
Test
Test of
time. The
knowledge.
test of knowledge. And it's just a trivia game show. Fetch the items to the level. If you succeed, I will become yours. To return to the Krazoa Palace. Oh,
Damn
okay. I
it.
thought he was like coming on to us.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
and
you know,
it's like
flattered,
my
maybe
wizard.
even a little interested.
Dark case, left side, freeze. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Flute. Which one was the flute?
You know, Sykes went to make tea and cut a slice of pumpkin pie. How many Triforce pieces do we still need? Oh, your pie isn't very good. That's a shame. I never actually made pumpkin pie, despite like making other pumpkin stuff. Because you only get pumpkins for so much of the year, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and according to Psych, in Assault, Crystal wears the Zero suit, basically.
I mean, I don't know why they like. The thing is, that's probably like. It's probably less skimpy than what she's usually wearing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, is that an asteroid?
Looks like one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this would be an okay like thing for a puzzle, but like, why is it timed?
Because
I mean, I guess it's timed to
game.
stop like brute forcing it, but it's like, yeah.
God.
Also this game. It's just this game.
It's just this game. Well done, Fox. You passed the test of reading the FAQ.
Now get inside me.
No. It gets inside Fox.
You're right.
I mean, can you really tell with a weird etheric being?
So I guess that we had to do like 5 hours for this one, but it looks like we're not.
Yeah, there's surprisingly more game.
This is it, Tricky. It's time to say goodbye.
Good.
I'm so emotional.
I know you're right, Fox. It's just...
Oh,
Yeah,
Fox
I
and
know.
Crystal broke up in
I'm gonna
command.
miss you too.
Oh, okay.
Without your
Oh.
help, this mission would have failed.
Because
So
Fox
I've got
just
something for you.
was trying
Wait,
to follow
you were
ahead
dating?
or normative script, but then realized
Prince
he
Tricky,
wasn't.
Earthwalker, you are now an honorary member of the Star Fox
And
team.
by honorary, we
Fox
mean
gets
we don't care.
baked and just like appoints a Triceratops a member of Star Fox. It's like,
Spaceship?
he can't even pilot the ship.
I'll come and visit you soon.
Because
God, Fox.
Well, just blitzed.
Never make plans whilst you're this blitzed. You'll regret them in the
Yeah.
morning if you remember them.
Yeah, and also, God, the fact that in Command, apparently, it's like, I think Mary might have read this. There's a lot happening. There's a child becoming an honorary member of Star Fox. But in Command, Fox and Crystal have broken up, and I think she jumped ship to Star Wolf or something, which is really funny. God, no, it reminds me of in Crash Bandicoot how there's like Sonya Bandicoot, who is like basically just a lady, like just like someone's persona, like effectively, and then like in the second game, I think in the second game, like she starts dating Pinstripe, who was like a mobster kind of inspired character or whatever. And I'm like, well, sorry, Crash, that your love interest just dumped you for
Nope, not allowed.
for
not
some
allowed.
mobster.
Not allowed. Not allowed.
It is forbidden. Let's go, Fox. Get a spirit directly back to Crusader.
Why couldn't
No,
I
you-
just fly there before?
Why couldn't you just fly there? I.
Yeah, General Pepper, like, we own spaceships, right? Fox, you're baked. Stop questioning like the logic
mean,
of this
It's probably just that,
situation.
like, General
You're
Pepper
you're
isn't very
too
good at his
high.
job.
You don't understand my tactical genius.
I'm,
It's like,
No,
wow. And Fox is looking at his paws. Man.
Oh, is that an asteroid? I keep spinning. I actually didn't expect to die there.
Well,
Fox,
that's the Fox has
you
now
are
died.
too wasted to try. You can't tell me what to do, General Pepper.
That seems more canon. Dude, are we animals?
We're all animals, Fox.
We're all just
Everyone's an animal.
We're all,
are the dinosaurs animals?
I think the
Can't
Force
believe
is an
Tricky's
animal.
gonna show up in later Star Fox games as like pilot that helps you. Or probably gets in your way, but like,
He actually
you know.
does show up again in Assault.
What?
But
Okay.
in like a
Oh my
cutscene.
god.
I mean,
is he
like,
piloting in our way?
No.
That'd
Then
be
it does
so
not
funny.
qualify for what I'm saying.
I need
Yeah.
to play Starlink at some point.
That looks
The
like a
actual
fun game
Star
to
Fox
download.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend buying it ever because it's by
Listen.
Ubisoft, and fuck them.
George, you need to play FTL on stream at some point and keep referring to the ship as a train. You're gonna make that mistake every time, and I'm just not gonna correct you when you do.
Mm,
I
So,
mean,
oh, we're just here.
yep, not warm
Yeah,
here.
okay.
I
We
thought
could have just
would
landed
start-
here right at the start, so...
I mean, I'm just guess General Pepper's not very good at navigating.
Yeah.
They're just very bad at it.
Why is
Did they not-
I've only
I guess
now
they
just
couldn't
worked out
find
how to do it.
No one.
I
Why
think,
is General Pepper commanding us? He's a general of a planet.
Because maybe our Merc headquarters
Fox,
are.
Dinosaur
located
Planet
on the
has
planet?
so much oil, and I want it.
Oh no.
It would.
I know you are blitzed out of your mind right now, Fox, and no one will ever believe you if you tell them, but that's the reason. I have a t-shirt that says, I love oil. Like, I love destabilizing the governments of, like, sovereign nations, and in this case, a planet, which I guess probably had some kind of hierarchy. Tricky's a prince, right? There are
Yes.
kings and queens there, and general scales.
And also the
Yeah.
the
I
little
have-
lizard guys.
I still have 2 of these.
That-
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you still have two of the little bunnies. Little
Mhm.
space bunnies
Dying in that
bring you back to life.
sequence did not take one.
It's weird because I've noticed sometimes you die and it doesn't do the whole like, oh, use a little Banoi to not die, keep going. But other times it does, and it doesn't seem consistent on when it does require a Banoi to continue. When do their powers activate? No one knows. It is up to them.
No one
They're
knows who
esoteric.
they were or what they were doing. This is a Highlander now.
Cool.
I would improve it.
Fox just cutting off the heads of dinosaurs? Yeah.
Yeah, it would be way better.
God.
Remind me of how
Yeah.
they tried to add moral ambiguity to Pepper and Zero. It's just most half-assed attempt. Still barely came off any different. Huh. Interesting. Time.
Yeah,
Jump
I'll be
pads
right
and-
back.
Here left to drop
Oh.
down into here. On this tier.
This talk is just reminding me of how they tried to add moral ambiguity to Pepper Zero, and it's the most half-assed attempt, and he still barely came off any different.
Yeah, I read that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
sorry,
oh,
I
I
kinda-
barely heard you.
Zoned out for a bit. Yeah,
I never knew
I've been
that.
zoning
That's
the
really
hell out
funny.
constantly for the last several days, and I have no idea, like,
Oh, you have your
I-
soul spirit inside you.
I have no idea how badly, like, that came across in the previous stream. Sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And I think out of like, of all the people you'd be co-hosting with, we definitely understand how that
Yeah.
goes. To be possessed by a wizard spirit.
Yep, that's by Chrysalis. Did anyone ever make a Star Fox Zero controls mod to make it playable?
Don't know. Never
Probably
played it.
not. But they've made it so you can play as the letter H.
Oh, this is where I release.
Star Fox Zero ROM.
I have to release here. Yeah, it's basically a remake of 64 anyway. Which itself was a remake of the first one. This game cannot
Yeah.
go past its first game. I mean series.
Yeah.
Fox McCloud Christ allegory.
Crystal is Satan.
Fox McCloud. Somehow being the white savior archetype.
Yeah.
Though being a fox. Which then again, that isn't completely wrong. I'm like, oh, we need the outsider to save the day from a more civilized society or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of what they ended up
And
doing.
I'll be right back.
Then has to fall and falls in love with the noble and beautiful native woman.
I'm
Wait,
so
she's
glad
the
I
only
have-
fox. Where is she from?
I'm so
Is she
glad
from
I
that-
have this inventory still out here. Because I'm going to need to use all these items. Surely
Yeah.
I'm going to need them.
Yeah, you need 12 of little leaves or whatever.
Those are
6.
fireflies. And
Oh,
that's
that's
their
fireflies.
grave. I can't believe you're insulting this good movie. SNES games made it to 2, though it took 20 years, not counting this treasure. The 64 community made it to 3 games. The 3rd game wasn't good, but they got there.
Yeah, I mean, they were able to get to count to 3. Unlike Valve, which then again, I know Valve has its own weirdness, especially since they're making so much money from Steam. And the fact that they get a 30% cut, or Valve as a company gets a 30% cut from all games sold on Steam. So, like, they're making bukus of cash, so focusing on, you know, developing.
I mean, they don't need to make games.
Priority. Yeah. Like, they
At
need
all.
Alex to, like, test out, like, you know, the capabilities of, like, the VR for that, but, like, most people didn't play out. Still a lot of people can have
Oh, you're
use VR.
yeah, you like went out for a bit.
Oh, sorry. Weird.
You were talking about Alex.
Oh, anyway, I was saying, you know, like Half-Life Alyx, you know, they made that. You know, like Valve has a history of making games to test out the capabilities of like different hardware, etc. But like, you know, but most people weren't able to play Alyx really because still most people don't have access to VR or machines that can play VR. you know. So, I mean, I've heard it was good, and like from what I've seen, it's really interesting. But like, yeah, I mean that's the latest Half-Life thing in so many years, and it's a prequel. And apparently, I forget his name, Eli. Apparently, Eli just keeps getting kidnapped. It's just what keeps happening to him.
Fox is the Disney-fied John Smith character, but later, their General Prepper is going to colonize the Hell planet. He'll use the threat of Andros as the excuse somehow, says Psyched 180.
And other arrow. To be fair, we do see this planet again in the Soul, and it's uncolonized. Oh, and then you reply yet to be colonized. Damn.
You may have returned the Spellstone.
Alright, time to fight Scales.
Not over yet.
Why? What did the Spellstones do? I forget.
Scales, you are no longer any use to me. Who are you? I demand you show yourself. I am the one you brought to Krazoa Palace. The Earthwalkers could see me, but you could not. I don't understand. No, I didn't think you would. Your desire for power overwhelmed you and blinded you to the truth inside. Now give Fox what he's looking for. Give him the final Krazoa spirit. You will regret this.
Yeah, we don't fight Scales.
Oh, that's really anticlimactic.
Scales was high as balls this whole game.
Yeah. And then the minions are cheering.
They
This
are
feels
yellow
really
like
weird.
the minions.
Maybe they just didn't like him.
Yeah.
True. But still, it's like this. I don't know. They could have actually had a boss fight, and then we get the spirit, or maybe the spirit rebels against him midway through the fight, and you're like, oh, huh,
And then
something's
he
weird going on.
explodes in a shower of gore. That would be awesome.
And it's like,
Yeah,
oh
or you
boy,
just
the
Wait.
slice his head off, and then you have the quickening.
yeah, it's like, oh boy, the best part where you get to the
Yeah,
big bad,
let's
and then
wait
he
for
just leaves,
Mary
and
for
you
the
fight
twist.
Andros instead of out of nowhere. Other arrow, in this game's defense, if I can recall correctly, even Dinosaur Planet doesn't have you fight Scales. Apparently, there's hints in the code that it was planned, though. Huh? Interesting.
Let's wait
You know
for
what?
Mary.
Still,
No, it's me.
Yo.
I'm
Okay,
the
you're
PS
here.
fan. You've got the final spirit. Now it's time to fight General Scales. Oh wait.
Oh god, it didn't crash. Okay, it didn't crash.
oh yeah, you may want to do a quick save if you can.
I did just do a save, actually.
Not quick save. Yeah, a save, or I meant what's it called for an emulator?
Quick save?
You mean doing a state,
Save
a save state, a thing you can
Yeah,
actually
save
do
state.
on GameCube hardware, which this absolutely is?
Look, whatever. People emulate games all the time. I don't care. Do we really care? I think we are beyond the pretense. Or I think we're under the whatever. I don't think YouTube is paying too much attention to us.
I don't think anybody does. I'm just doing it as a bit.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, let's keep going. Alright, sorry. But also now she's being assaulted by wizards.
Okay, why was that necessary? Why didn't they just go in there?
Wake up! Wake up!
There's
This
no
is how
explanation
Crystal
for that.
unlocks the hyper beam.
Yeah.
Careful, Nintendo's lawyers might be listening. Well, they don't want anything to do with this game.
Yeah.
Let's be
Yeah.
fair.
And other Aerodancer Planet also had a surprise true villain. So it wasn't Adros, it was tied more to the game's lore. Ah. Neat. Well, of course he's a giant floating face.
We will never kneel to you. Give me that.
Hey, wait!
things for nothing.
That's literally hers.
Hers.
Yeah, seriously, Fox, don't be an incel.
You're back.
And also, she
Also-
does not have the staff in Assault.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird. Oh, quick question. Where does she come from if this is Dinosaur Planet? Like, because she's the only fox that we've seen. Here. Like,
Don't think
is she
about
actually
it.
named to this planet? Or, like, what's up with that?
This game does not have any thought behind it.
Yeah. And now we completely ignored most of the original gameplay.
God, he's so ugly.
Fox McCloud.
Andros!
You still want Crystal? I mean,
To destroy the Lylat system.
by driving a motorcycle into it.
Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, now we're just playing Star Fox.
Yep, this is the final
Okay.
boss, people.
Forget the gameplay for most of the game.
Yeah, have a Star
those
Fox
mechanics.
boss now.
Have literally Andros.
Yeah,
Literally the same one from 64.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Do they even explain how to
Yeah.
get? No, they don't. Why would they?
They-
This game does not make any sense. It does not have logic to it.
I mean, it's more
I mean, to be
of
fair,
they
who cares?
were rushed and they just sort of did things because it needs to be in there, I guess. So Andros.
God, the 64 model looks so much better.
I mean,
This is really
yeah.
last minute.
I mean,
This
I don't know if
entire game
it's last
is
minute per se,
extremely
but it
last
just
minute.
is like really. I don't know, just anything it's supposed to look weird and grody, right? Like I feel like that's not a terrible thing for like Andros to look because he's
Yeah,
a
it's
weird.
like that's a contrast
robot.
between like here's the very carved mask kind of thing going on this side, and it turns around and it's like
Oh,
horrid,
fucking this again?
horrid like monkey guy Andros. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like, why is this even in the game?
Yeah. And to catch up with chat, let's see how other Assault and Command at least don't fall into the suddenly Andros. It's like I can't believe Ganon was the real villain all along. Yeah. But you
Yeah.
know what? Real talk. I kind of wish the Mega Man X games didn't do that with Sigma, or at least waited a game or two.
You clearly haven't
Because
played
they were like,
XA.
oh, Sigma died, and then like oh, Sigma's dead, and then like he gets
Or
brought back really
Command
quickly.
Mission.
Oh, I never played Command Mission. Should I know that's the RPG one, or the turn-based RPG one? Yeah.
And X8 also has a different final boss.
Oh yeah, it does. I remember that actually. I saw, and I never got to play it growing up, but I did see an LP of it not too long ago. Shout out to Raocow and all the Mega Mans.
Hey, McCloud. Different time, different planet. and
It's
you
his
still
boyfriend.
ain't found
It's
yourself.
it's Fox
good to
McCloud's
see you,
boyfriend,
buddy.
Falco.
No gesturing, flinching, or facial animations.
Yeah.
Seriously.
No, I can't believe I just now realized that Andros is probably some sort of weird wizard now from absorbing all the wizard experience. Which then again, I've always been kind of confused on his whole deal. Because there's kind of a lot going on with him, with being a big giant face, but also
Yeah.
in some games it's like, oh, he's controlling it with like, it's a big cyborg.
It's
robot
like, oh
with a
yeah,
big
he's
controller.
psychic. He has telekinesis that he
psychic.
attacks with, and he's like, he's probably on like his home planet, oh not his home planet, like the planet he rolls, and he's like psychically controlling a big face to fight you, and it's like, yeah, okay.
In the true final boss path of Star Fox
Sometimes he has
64,
big brain now.
yeah, the final form is a big brain.
Only I have the brains to rule Lilat.
Yep,
Yeah.
they go with that joke.
They do, that's literally what he says. Then you fight his brain.
Oh yeah, God.
Hiring the Star Fox team to go to like fly inside my brain and fix whatever's wrong in there.
Nice.
We only know how to shoot these.
It's like, listen, you'll figure it out.
We'll start shooting
They're paying
rocks
us.
in there.
Ah, fuck's
Yeah.
sake. Fucking rocks.
I'm so glad Fox gets to form a polycule at the end of the game, says like, listen,
What do you mean again? That does not make sense.
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
I've been looking forward to this day.
Ah, literally the entire cutscene.
Oh.
And now, to
Are we even in the Lilat system?
I don't
It's like,
remember. I missed
are you
the
gonna
first-
leave and go destroy another planet? Like, is that your plan here? Like, you're on Dinosaur Planet, but you're like, I'm just noping out.
I just
Let's
want
never
the
go back
wizards.
to Dinosaur Planet.
Let's never go. And yeah, other arrow in this in 64 with the giant brain. I know I already said this, but this is just the N64 fight, but without everything that made it fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they could have done more with like facial expressions for Andros. You
Yeah,
know,
'cause
to
it's
make
like,
him look more
with
menacing.
this generation of graphics, like, imagine just like him, like, having other facial expressions. Like,
Yeah, like
reacting
him
to things that you're
glaring
doing
at-
because you're shitting him. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Again, this game just lacks polish, and it's like, this
Well,
conceptually, like, it's not a terrible boss fight, but like, it's,
fucking. The hit,
I mean, without the
Shrik's hit
but it
box
was
is
done
than
better in the
thing.
N64, like, much better, so.
yeah.
Up this thing.
Ah, Fox, you'll never find out the secret of my glowing weak points.
You know what? At least this is a modern game where it's like if you're missing the weak points, you don't have like.
Fox, you have to
some-
shoot his glowing weak points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
fine.
I've heard
shot.
some people talking about the newest God of War like that, which is like buck wild to me. Like you have Sungwo, you know, Prosit? I forget how to pronounce his online handle, but you're like voicing the little squirrel guy. And like you gotta hit the weak points or whatever, but like someone follow on Twitter is like, but there's like the compass, like the in-game compass, like doesn't really work, and she's been like lost trying to find things, and it's like, oh, this isn't actually helping me navigate. And like,
Mario
huh? And like,
Sunshine-
no, I wish someone would have like yelled at me to like, oh, this is where you're supposed to go, instead of like yelling at me if I don't hit a weak point or whatever.
According to Psych 180, Mario Sunshine, Twilight Princess, and Star Fox Assault all have the same twist where suddenly, the traditional final villain shows up last minute. What's that about? At least with Sunshine, it was like, well, it's the son of Bowser, so logically Bowser must be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, Bowser's also, like, Baby Bowser is a recurring enemy, but it wasn't like, it's a twist, you thought you were fighting an
God,
entirely
look at
new
the
enemy, and then, yeah.
You saw, like, the Amy Radical was just, like, physically
Yeah, it was still in front of him during the cutscene.
Yeah.
In the
No,
Falco.
thank you, Psych. Pro ZD, yeah, you're not supposed to pronounce the ZD, you're supposed to just say it. Oh yeah, it wasn't
So it
Assault.
wasn't
that had
Avengers.
the end.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're
it was
just
this
meaning,
game. Yeah.
like, Star Fox Adventures, like, this game we are playing.
Oh,
Yeah, and
fucking-
no, for Twilight Princess, I think it actually makes some sense because one,
Oh yeah, it was.
the
it
whole
was, there
Legend
was-
of Zelda series is about like, oh, like Ganon is basic, an inevitability.
And there was
because of,
stuff earlier in the story where it talks about what happened to Ganon.
Yeah, Ganon is like, because of the whole thing of The Legend of Zelda, you're always gonna have something related to Ganon.
There's a few
Like,
times.
at least conceptually. There's a few times it isn't that, but it's like,
yeah,
Give me
that
Falco.
is, like, they're, like, Link, Ganon, and Zelda are bound together by, like, it's the whole Destiny Triforce thing. Like, they're gonna keep being reincarnated. So it's gonna happen eventually anyway.
Yeah, like, what was it? Like, Four Swords, the first Four Swords adventure, and I think the second one, you're not finding, like, Ganon, but, like,
no Ganon
someone
in
else.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The one Ganon.
Yeah, Majora's Mask. Like, I don't like the apparently official thing of them saying, oh, yeah, it's just like a world that Skull Kid created literally using the mask and it stops existing once you leave it. It's like, what was the point of it?
Bullshit, it's an alternate universe.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I love the actual
like-
text of it where it's like, oh, there's definitely, like, this is just another world that you find yourself in.
Yeah. It's like, they already did the entire world is actually just, like, dreamed up by another character. They did that in Link's Awakening, and it was, like, the crux of the story. It was the whole thing that was going on there.
Yeah, that
And
was
it's like,
kind
oh,
of
okay, that makes
the big
sense.
thing
Yeah.
about that one.
It's like
Especially,
the whole existential dread thing over what if it's all just a dream, and what if someone came in and had the power to end that
Oh, whoa, his face!
reaction image. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh,
I'm glad
I can clip
Andros is
that.
gone and we'll never have to
Alright.
deal with him again.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of joining some kind of professional fighting ring instead of being like a pilot. Wolf can join too and he'll have the same moves.
Oh crap, wrong
God.
Yeah.
one. Okay, there it is. Ganon only reincarnated once most of the time, it's just OOT, Ganon refusing to die.
Yeah, Ganon's thing is like
It's Ganon. It's just
Link
Ganon.
reincarnates, Zelda reincarnates, Ganon
Oh god.
Right.
Just comes back.
sometimes is a reincarnation, but usually it's just, yeah, he's the same guy who keeps coming back. Which is like, that's a good way to do the whole, like, yeah, these fear prophesies to keep coming back. It doesn't, like, it means you can do, okay, here's a different Ganon, but you can also just go, here's the same one. Like, you know him.
Okay, I guess they're fine with us now.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
Randomly.
Obviously, General Scales was shit as a boss.
I was muted for a second, but
What happened to General Scales? Because I kind of missed that. Did
died.
he just die?
He just fell over
Basically,
and died.
yeah. He just
Because-
killed, like, Andros is like, oh, I have no need for you anymore. It's like, oh, who's that? Like, give
Okay.
Fox the spirit or whatever. It's like, and like, you're going to regret this, Fox. And then he just, like, the spirit is ejected from his body, and then he just fucking dies.
Listen,
And apparently the
my
Dark Scales
spirit
are
was
cool.
ejected from its body by this game, but not in the same way.
You all did a great
Yeah.
job.
Reaction image. Oh no, you've clipped it.
Zelda reincarnating is also retcon? I mean... Oh god, Zelda 2. Zelda 2, there's technically two Zeldas running around in Zelda 2.
Huh.
Because the first one was just sleeping forever.
He was able to use this energy to revive
Yeah.
himself.
What? He was able. Wait. I need to watch this again. 'Cause apparently, explaining how he revived himself.
Magic.
Yeah, he used the spirit, the wizard spirits, and channeled the crystal to be back.
Oh hey, you weren't in this game at all.
Can't wait to get back with the Star Fox team.
Or you.
Hey guys, you don't mind if I hang with you again, do ya?
Was he on vacation? Did he leave?
Sure, Falco. It's great.
Did they take a
Did-
break in the
Does Falco
relationship?
leave?
I guess they did.
almost forgot. I received this message.
I thought you said, "Oh fuck."
Crystal
That's not
Sky
a big
Kid
thing.
appears again.
Crystal apparition.
So sorry we didn't get much of a chance to talk. I'm left
You really didn't, Crystal.
You didn't exist in this game, honestly.
And
Yeah.
just to say thank you.
God, the
The
jazz!
fucking jazz music. The
Oh,
camera
I
my
work,
guess
God.
they're dating
the
now.
walks, like.
Oh, God.
Sensors indicate Fox's temperature is rising.
They have interacted
uh,
like for the bare minimum.
They have not
God.
interacted for a full
Yeah,
minute.
for the bare minimum to know each other's names.
and other
That's
Arrow
about
also
it.
coming back for the final would mean anything if he was in the game at all. I think they mentioned him once, and it's like, now kiss Arrow. They explain why he's gone in, of course, of all things, a tie-in manga? Wow.
This game.
A tie-in. This game had a tie-in manga?
Yeah, there's a
Wild.
surprising
What
amount
doesn't?
of mangas.
True, but it's like
based
with all
on-
the, you think they wouldn't put in the effort for it with like how, like, because like obviously they're pressed for time, and like they're obviously pressed for time in this game with like, oh, you've been working on the game for 5 years now, change up the system and everything, and then bought out by Microsoft like the day after this game came out. So like, look, they were under a lot of pressure, so I'm surprised that like there's extra lore anywhere, including a tie-in manga. And also, wow, I can't believe Penny, the guy who did the Roblox oof sound effect, I think, if I remember what Mary said earlier.
It's not like you need to see the whole video to get what's going on there, which is like the guy who claims to have done a lot of the sound effects for games may not in fact have worked on many of those games. There's a rabbit hole
Wow,
there.
someone's saying something, and it might not have been true.
Yeah, it's just like the rabbit hole keeps going deeper in some deeply stupid ways. I'm gonna link this.
In Hades, there's a male and female love interest, and shockingly, you can just get them together with both of them, and it's only canon OT3 in gaming. Star Fox Adventures should have done the same. Fox has 2 hands!
No, it's like
Fox has
you're
2
absolutely
paws.
right. He has 2 paws.
But his relationship with Crystal doesn't work out, so,
I mean,
Yeah.
people get in relationships.
Fox has
and
2
later
paws, both of them for Falco.
It happens. No, you're right. That's why it couldn't work with Crystal. You couldn't really. with time
I mean,
there.
the whole relationship seems to be based on we're the same species.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they interact with each other for literal minutes.
not even that.
And even then, it's like Crystal's giant head appears to explain the game mechanics, and then, yeah.
It was originally every Zelda was named after the Zelda 2 Zelda, but they later retconned that every Zelda is an incarnation of Hylia,
Yeah, because that.
or has the Light Force.
Yeah, Zelda 2 Zelda has been like just sleeping eternally because of a curse, and like it was supposed to be, oh yeah, every other Zelda, like the Zelda in Zelda 1 was named after her because it's like a royal family tradition. And then they went, that's kind of stupid actually. And they just went, you know what, yeah.
The second pause.
There's always a Princess Zelda, there's always a hero called Link, and there's always the same Ganon. Well, not always the same one, but like, theoretically there could be other Ganons, we've just not really seen them, have we?
I like Skyward Sword.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about Link Between Worlds, where Ganon got hijacked.
I hate Link Between Worlds. That's
Yeah.
so,
That's
like,
your opinion.
They copy pasted the light world of Link to the Past.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's the
It's
same.
good.
It's
It's
shameless.
big map.
Because it's a reflection of
No,
it's a
it's not.
literal
It
mirror
sucks.
of the first world. Wait,
they just didn't
wait, like,
put in the
wait.
effort to just make another.
Wait,
map.
which? Sorry, I got confused for a second. Link Between
Basically,
Worlds.
Link Between
That's
Worlds
what you said, right?
has Link
Okay.
Between
Oh yeah,
Worlds
that's
is
an
a
homage to
sequel
like,
to Link to the Past, and
Yeah.
it uses the same overworld
Mm-hmm.
because it's the
Yeah.
same world.
Yeah, and that's fitting for like a game that's very clearly trying to be an homage to like
Except-
Link to the Past. Like that's I feel like there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's
like-
not. It just copies
It is.
that
It's
map.
absolutely an homage. It's very
Yeah.
clearly talking about like, oh, in the past, it does a recap
The
if you
other
let.
recurring Zelda
where
big
it's
bad
like-
is Fatty. Which one is
What?
Fatty?
Oh, Vati, yeah, he's
Oh,
from
Vati.
the Four Swords games.
Oh, this guy. One of my mutuals loves this guy, and I have never played a game with him.
And God, yeah, Psyched 180, Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past, but actually great. I mean, I'm really enjoying my time with it. I'm playing it now, and I'm having a lot of fun with it because one, I have a lot of nostalgia for Link to the Past, and it's like, oh, this is a really fun homage to it with like its own changes to like
Love Room is
various
based
things,
on the
like the Dark World.
No, it's like it.
Yeah,
It's fucking.
it's not
no,
exactly
it's
the same.
not. It's fucking stupid and.
Ah,
And also,
know
they
what, we can-
copied the whole. What's it called? The Seven Sages thing from Ocarina. It's just a game that copies other games.
I mean, they had the
that's
Scandinavians.
always that's been lore
always been
since
Link to the
Past. The seven, like the descendants of the seven sages are.
The seven
Well,
sages
there's-
show up
they're
in
not
Twilight
called
and
seven
Gold World.
sages in the translation. It's like seven wise men or something. But it is
Yeah,
literally Zelda is the descendant of one of them. Presumably, the like Ocarina of Time Zelda, because then that's what happened there. That's because Ocarina of Time is a prequel to A Link to the Past, which is a prequel to the previous two games.
yeah.
And
like,
they do shuffle around like how things fit into the timeline at different points, but that's all internally consistent. There are seven sages, there are seven wise men, they're the same people.
At least Ocarina of Time made them like characters.
well,
Yeah,
but
they're characters named after the towns in like the first,
Second.
the second Zelda.
Second-
Yeah,
Second one.
that's the one with towns.
Yeah. I also don't
yeah.
like Zelda 2, but that's more of how it plays.
Yeah, Zelda 2
Yeah,
is the
Zelda 2 is
weird
weird.
one.
no, it is weird, but it's honestly really interesting. Like, I remember at a time, a friend and I were going through like all the Legend of Zelda. We stopped at like Twilight Princess for various reasons, but like, yeah, I was like seeing them. I'm like, oh, this is actually a really interesting game. I remember just before seeing it actually
Yeah.
played, like hearing people trash talking, but I'm like, oh, this is actually like, a solidly put together game. It's weird, it's different, but like that's not a bad thing inherently. So like, yeah, no.
God, I just
think, oh.
remembered.
Huh?
Crystal's voice actor came back for like a Half-Life mod.
Oh,
Or
she
original
did.
one.
Someone actually hired hired her, right, to do like a mod where they replace Alex with Crystal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which is buck
let's play
wild.
that mods next. Say it's the
Yeah.
sequel.
Now we're done.
Let's
We're
go.
finally done. We're free.
Let's never go back to Dinosaur Planet.
Yeah.
Oh, to catch up with chat, ditching stages first.
Well, if
Yeah,
we don't
yes, I
agree
agree.
with you that Link to the Past is that low down, but like we don't agree on a lot of Zelda.
And anyway, play
Max.
minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
Minish
we're
Cap is
we're not
fun.
here to say that anybody's opinion is wrong or bad. It's just
Backstory, me
We
and
don't always
Sykes met
agree
on the
with them.
Zelda forum some 20 years ago, so we have very different opinions.
Oh, huh.
I haven't
Nice.
actually played Minish Cap Psych 180.
It's fun.
It's
Go for it.
I've not done it at all.
I've never played
I
Minish
love-
Cap either, but
I
like,
played Minish Cap.
not to advocate for piracy, but you absolutely can pirate it, and also I'm advocating for piracy.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind
Minish
of
Cap
want to
is
play
fun.
those Oracle games. I
Oh,
have played those.
no,
in
the
past.
Oracle
The Oracle
good.
games
Oh,
are
those were great.
fantastic. Like,
They were really good.
But yeah,
Yeah.
next month, the Saturdays next month will be Jackbox.
yeah.
Make
thought-
sure to advertise it in servers so that we
Please,
have people
please
coming in
advertise it
and joining.
beforehand.
so that we're
The
not
last time
scrambling.
we did this is like, okay, we've got like half an hour to scramble together. It wasn't quite that bad, but
Yeah.
it felt more stressful than maybe it should have been.
Anyway, we're finally done with this terrible game. Finally, we're free.
We're free.
Yeah.
We're free to
We
go
are
on any planet.
Except Dinosaur Planet.
Let's never go back to Dinosaur Planet.
We can.
I mean,
go
I may
to-
play the beta at some point. But, yeah.
We can go to the planet where the water dragons are sharks.
Okay.
Freedom Planet.
Nice, yeah.
Know anything about that one, but okay.
It's good.
Really fun
It's a
game.
Sonic game.
It's very inspired
Um,
by Sonic.
Well, it's also inspired by various treasure games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It's good. Better than this game. Go play those games. Don't play this game.
Yep. Oh, and Psyched, 180. Nintendo killed the Virtual Console, so pirate the hell out of it. It's clearly what they want. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Is
Love having the
morally-
moral imperative to steal.
is
And also it's
morally okay to
Nintendo.
pirate Nintendo games.
It's absolutely fine to do that.
So,
It's
well, time to go. See y'all later.